Welcome back to episode 9 of Monstercat Talk Podcast. This is the Rocket League special for the new Rocket League X Monstercat compilation. Here with me, as always, is my co-host, Ethany.
Yo, what up, what up?
And got a couple of guests. The first one is a man who does mashups on Ethan's channel and just does a lot of mashups in general. It is both of y'all, but Enderan.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Tell us what you do in the community.
Well, believe it or not, I do mashups on Ethany's channel, and I do some mixes every once in a while as well.
I just realized I basically did that for you already. And we also have Gabemeister, Monstercat Next. You do a lot of stuff. Explain everything you do.
He does the same thing.
Instagram mashups. That's about it.
Alright.
I do a lot of stuff.
You're all my minions.
Oh, God.
You're not wrong.
All of you on my channel. Hello. Alright,
so we, in general, so the way this was announced was all 18 artists who are part of this, they, like, tweeted out little flags. I also had, like, Hellberg tweeting out a little pirate flag, which was cool. But they did that, and then Tokyo Machine just dropped a song called Rocket. Haha. It's called
very
Rocket.
Fitting.
Rocket, yeah. But ever since then, they teased a couple songs, and then what is 2 days ago, as of the time we're recording this, the whole thing dropped, and we all have our rankings on it, and we've all listened to it enough. Some of us more than others to know what we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
If you watched episode 8 of this, it's going to be in a pretty similar format, just with less songs because there's less songs. Right. I mean, we can also talk about some other masterpieces in EDM, but I don't think we're going to do that. So, the first one, I guess we'll just hop right in with...
Get right into things.
Rocket by Tokyo Machine. This was the song used in the trailer. It was the first song released on the channel, and it's also the first chronologically on the album, so what better place to start than that?
Can I start with a question about this one?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so you know how, like, apparently Tokyo Machine sent all his songs in beforehand, and, like, that's why he's been having such a constant release schedule?
Mm-hmm.
Rocket is, like, too specific for it not to have been pre-made, so does that mean that this had been planned for a long time?
According to my sources, Tokyo Machine specifically made this for Rocket League.
Well, that's excellent. That makes it even more special.
But I don't know if this has been in the works for a while, or if there isn't really that much truth to the whole he made a lot of songs at once. Because, like, the big complaint was that he wasn't changing up his style. He did, and then he changed it up with Crazy, and then he changed it up again here. Because this is...
I think he changed it up with Blast.
Yeah, this is definitely pretty different.
Yeah, well, this is his first electro house song, because all of his previous ones have been either bass house or breaks. Yeah. So this is pretty much pure electro house. And I guess I can transition this into what I think about the song, because it's actually it's my number 5. It's totally a breath of fresh air for Tokyo Machine stuff. It's got a really stuttery melody, which is really cool. There's a bunch of pauses within it, and I really like when songs do that. And the other reason I really like it is because Tokyo Machine is an artist I generally like, but I don't like him because of his QT persona and all of his blast or fight. I like his production skills, and I like the harder style to most of his songs. And while this isn't super hard like OK was or Hype or something like that, this is still, it's got really good production values, and that's why I like Tokyo Machine more than not. So that's why I really like this one, basically. Somebody can piggyback off of that.
Okay, so I had Rocket at 2. For the most part, I agree with that. I think it's one of his best songs, if not his best. And it's very different, and that's the main reason why I think it's a great song.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go from there. I definitely think it's a different song for Tokyo Machine. Like John said, I didn't even realize, that this is his first pure electro, or complextro song, which is pretty cool. Some of my favorite parts about the song are definitely the melody, and then in the second drop, there's this little hesitation for I don't know how long. It's like it's a few bars where there's just no kicks, and I think it's really cool. And I think something I want to do for all these songs while we review them is kind of how they fit the game too. And I definitely think this song fits for sure.
Oh, definitely.
And, yeah, it's a great fit.
This is the only one that I know for sure was made for Rocket League, so it kind of goes without saying. But you can absolutely do that, yeah.
To add on to that, I believe Play to Win was also made for Rocket League.
Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing that on his channel that he said, Ramses B said it was as an honor to make this for Rocket League, so you probably right about that.
Forgot to say where I had it. 4. 4 is where I had it.
Okay. So Enderan, where do you have it?
4 is exactly where I had as well. I really enjoyed the style. It was a new kind of Tokyo Machine feeling. It looks incredible just as a waveform to see like all the pauses, but it still seems full. And at the end, the what Ethan was talking about, the Future Garage kind of drum pattern, I enjoyed the switch up there. And I felt like it really fit the video game, and it felt very like official. And like it felt like it was meant to be there.
Right. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because that is true. It's not easy for a song like this that like half of the drop is just silence to feel so full, and yet Tokyo Machine did that here.
Yeah.
And I'm actually really surprised I have it the lowest, but I guess that's just how popular it's been.
Where did you have it? 5? You said.
Yeah, 4. I had it at 5, and it was the
5
lowest. 5
is the lowest.
We all had it in our top third. So.
Tokyo Machine does that minimum.
Yeah, good job, Tokyo.
Well, it's not going to be like that the entire thing, I don't think.
Oh,
so,
yeah, very much.
Well, don't get used to that.
Alright, so that's, is that everything I have to say about Rocket?
Yep.
I'm all good.
Yeah.
Rocket.
Alright, so. Next up is the song that was actually released the day that we're recording this on the YouTube channel, but it was released with the rest of the album. Fury by Rogue. It's another trap song from him. He's done almost exclusively trap or feature based since 2015, and this is no different. And Gabe, you get to start us off with this one.
Alright, so I had Fury at 16. For me, it's just that I'm not a big fan of Rogue's trap, but I'll give it. This is probably his best since I'd say Ultimatum, because that song is great. This song, I just really like how it reminds me a lot of Ultimatum, and that's kind of why I like it, because that's one of Rogue's few good trap songs, in my opinion. So, even though it is 16, I do think it is a good song.
I will contrast from you, because I really like Rogue's trap. I think... Well, let's see what I had. Nemesis at number 1, Ultimatum at number 1, and then Rattlesnake was like 4 or 5. Drive Away was high too, but this I have at 17 because it's different from the rest of his trap. I'd say this is more similar to like his 2012, 2013 stuff where he had a consistent pattern to his songs where he did first drop and then a short build up and then a second drop which is different and then a very long off drop, and then and then copy pasted the second drop. That's what he did with This Is It. That's what he did with Nightfall. I think he did it with Daybreak as well, and maybe Exogenesis. I don't remember, but he's definitely done that with a few songs, and that's kind of the concept here. And I don't like that. That's one of the few things I didn't like about Rogue's past style. And the other thing I don't like is that Rogue's other trap songs are like, at least to me, the reason I like them so much is because they're so melodic for trap, especially in the off drop. And this song doesn't really have that. And it sounds more like an arrow chord song than it does a Rogue song, which I don't really like. That said, there's some like second drop is insane. The bass is strong throughout the entire thing, and the breaks from the vocal chops, like in the first drop where it's the vocal chops and then it's like the melody. That part's pretty cool. It's just not up to standard with the rest of Rogue stuff, in my opinion.
I'll talk about Fury now, because I think my opinions are much like Gabe's, where I think it's sort of a poor man's Ultimatum. And I'll sort of piggyback off of you, John, too, where you said, like, he's got a lot of his songs are structured the same way, where it's like first drop, small build up, second drop, long pause, or long break, third drop, which is just a copy paste of the second drop, which I didn't even think about, but like that's pretty much exactly what Fury is too. But I at least like how Nemesis, the third drop, was different than the second drop. But
that's how all of his trap songs have been. other
Yeah,
than Drive
yeah, right.
Away. So
Right, Drive Away was good. But yeah, I don't know. The second drop and the third drop I really do like, so I'm happy that's the one that got copied, but I just really I can't get into this with that one vocal sample that's just throughout the entire song, the little high pitched thing that sounds like a little baby.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not even gonna imitate. I'm not. I've done that in past podcasts. And
I did it with
Fury
this time,
featuring-
so I'm
yeah, you
gonna-
did it with this time. That's a good moment.
Yeah.
Enderan,
But
you
yeah,
get to do
this-
this song some justice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I had Fury at 15. I like it, but yeah, he could have done a lot better, I think.
Yeah, Fury is either a hit or miss, and for me, I absolutely loved it. It was my number one, just because I've always loved Rogue. Like, I got his shirt, I love his music, I like his style, and for some reason this one just seemed to come so quickly, and I enjoyed the vocal chops, I enjoyed the metallic sounds that he always adds. I just like the pacing of it. My only issue, even though it's at number one, is that the brass was a bit too loud and kind of drowns out like everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I just kind of enjoy how Rogue was able to come back with a new song that was
Definitely.
both old and new in a respect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Someone is calling you to disagree with your opinion at having Fury at 1.
it's actually me.
Wow.
No, just kidding.
Oh, was that you?
No, it was actually me too.
Whenever I see people like songs that I don't particularly like, I'm like happy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm glad somebody else is getting something out of this song that I'm not. So
That's an
kind of
incredible way to look at it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of how I look at it.
yeah. Like that's how I look at you, Gabe, with Sweat and with Highlight. Like, I'm glad you enjoy
Ooh.
those songs a lot more than I do, because like they're definitely good songs. I just don't enjoy them. So like,
Right, yeah.
you know what I mean?
For me,
Someone
it's
appreciates
just-
them.
Yeah.
For me, it's just I really like hearing stuff that's different on the label, and that's kind of why stuff like Sweat, Drowning, Highlight. That's why those
Collisions.
songs to me.
That's actually a pretty good transition to our next song, which I would argue is very different for really anything that's been on the label. I know some people disagree, but it's "Love You Need You" by Slushy. This was the second.
boy.
This was the second release off of the album, and it's the third one chronologically. So, Ethan, you get to start us off with this one.
Oh boy. I don't know how to feel about the vocals. That's how I'll start. Like, I'll listen to it at first, and I'm like, oh, this is cute. Second listen, I don't know why I thought this was cute. Third listen, it's not cute, but it's not bad. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the song. Like, it'll probably fluctuate throughout my, like on my rankings. Like, I guess the more I listen to it, but for now I have it at 14, and I guess I'd rather have this than some Rhythm or some Bro Step.
Oh
from
god,
Slushy.
yeah.
Like, this is not the worst.
This also
This
fits
is-
pretty well too.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the vocals do, but the production I like quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Uh,
So 14.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that. I also had it at 14.
Mm.
My thing with it is that I really like Slushy's voice. Like, in that specific... I like his voice, just overall. But the song was kind of annoying and really repetitive, but it was still really catchy. To me, it's kind of like a guilty pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But-
that's pretty.
I like the bubble popping sample too. That's like
Mm.
that's
Yeah.
something I
Yeah.
It's like
so-
oddly happy, but it's fitting and it's weird. But I think it's a decent track. It's just a bit repetitive.
Okay. Ender?
I'll go off that. I had Slushy at 6. I enjoyed the vocals. I like how he had the kind of like happy drums at the beginning, and then he went for the switch up second drop. I had an issue with the length of the song. Like, I felt like he could have had a good midsection there, but kind of just repeat it again. I enjoy Slushy's style, and this was a good change from that. So, good for him for like bringing something new and different.
Okay. Well, I get to go last because I have this last. I don't hate this song by any means. Like I said, it's an original concept. It's like, at least for Monstercat, and I typically prefer Slushy's future bassy stuff to his dubstep stuff. Obviously on Monstercat that's not the case because I actually really like Emptiness and I don't like this. But the lead is cool. The midsection, as short as it is kind of cool. I like the melody to it. But overall, like, the song is just kind of a mess for me. Some of the like the samples that he uses aren't real. They kind of put me off. Like the bubble sounds that I know a couple of you guys said you liked it. I don't really care for it. I don't like the gun sounds either. That doesn't seem like it fits with the song. And the vocals, I just can't get into them. I typically don't love Slushy's vocals. Sometimes they're alright, sometimes they kind of break the song, and in this they break the song. And this would be I would say this is the only song on the compilation that I personally find below average, but I can see why you'd like it. It's catchy. It's a little too short, but it's not. It's at the same time, it's not like it doesn't drone on or anything. But I just don't. It doesn't personally satisfy my ears to listen to it. So
right.
That is Slushy's "Love You Need You."
Yep.
Let's let's go to the complete opposite song of that, with "Bone Dry" by Tristram. His return to the label. This is his first song in almost an entire year on Monstercat.
More than.
Pretty much exactly a year, because...
No, it was more than, dude, trust me.
Well...
Really?
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about.
Before We Fade was on the 5 year.
Yeah, I forgot about Before We Fade. I was thinking of Devotion.
Everybody always does.
Oh no, I like it. I just forgot.
Yeah, I like it.
I liked it.
I forgot it exists, considering the other song that got released last year was, in my opinion, a lot more memorable. But
yeah,
that's a topic for another day. Bone Dry is, well,
I'll start.
Yeah,
with this
you
one.
get to start with this one. You
All
get
right.
to talk about it.
So Bone Dry, I love Tristram. I love his voice. I love his vocals. A lot of people don't like either, but in my opinion, this was pretty underwhelming. Like, it was a good new style to try something happy. I just felt like the vocals were very, like, drowned out and in the background of the song. They were very hard to hear at some points. I like the melody. I just don't like... It all seemed very, like, just echoey. It didn't... It felt like it was getting caught up in stuff coming right after it, to the point where you couldn't enjoy the parts you just listened to. So I have it at 14.
Okay.
Okay, I had Bone Dry at 11. I think it's a good song overall. Like, I think it's really great, it's really emotional, but what really holds it back for me is the fact that the vocals are drowned out, and you can't really hear them that well.
Okay, good. Someone else thought that. I was like, am I the only one who thinks
Yeah.
this?
But other than that, I think it's really well done, and it's a good song.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go next because I don't really have a whole ton to say about this song. I have it at number 2, and basically my only reason for that is I like the drowned out vocals personally, and I just really enjoy listening to this song. The vocal chops are a different production style for Tristram. He's not really known for doing that in his songs generally, but he does it here, and I like him. I've yet to understand what the lyrics mean, but I'm sure there's some deep meaning that I just need to sit down and think about. And I just overall find this like a better version of Before We Fade, because I'd say the production, other than the vocal chops, is very similar.
It's pretty similar, yeah.
It sounds like he vocoded like him humming almost. I like it in that respect.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know. This will probably end up lower as I get used to the album. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But I just really enjoy it right now. So
yeah,
I'm just gonna blissfully enjoy the song without having too
Enjoy
many
while
crazy
you can.
opinions out. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Ethan.
Well, for me, I had it at 3, and I think this is one of the better comebacks we've had, like, since Afixa, to be honest, because everything about the song I think is really, really well done, except for, like you guys said, the vocals are a little drowned out, but, like, I can still make them out, so, yeah, and I don't know exactly what they mean, but, like, I can still understand them and hear them and enjoy them. And that melody, especially like at the end of the last drop, is really cool. And I forget which drop it is, but something I wanted to point out that I liked was right before he started singing like the quote that's like the stars were dancing, and he's like, right before it drops, he sings as the, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's a good. That was
If you guys enjoyed my singing that as the, that was really harmonious.
As the
yeah. So I had it 3, and I don't know how long it'll stay there, but I'm really enjoying the song right now. So hate on me if you want. Fuck all of you.
That seemed to be the most
Yeah,
controversial.
we're allowed to swear, Enderan.
That was
Whoa.
swearing.
Get them all out. Fuck. Shit. Piss. Alright.
Alright.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was the most controversial song on my video. It seemed like half the comments were talking about bone drying.
Yeah,
Oh
a
yeah,
lot
I
of
saw
people just
that.
think people are fanboys for it.
Specific comment.
Yeah.
Appalled. I am appalled that you like the song. Like,
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. Let's not talk
I'm
about that
shook.
any more than we have to.
Triggered. Yeah. I hope he's watching. I'm gonna
Yeah,
fuck you up, man.
who is oh shoot, I forgot
Just
the guy's
kidding.
name. Oh well, I'm sure. it's somebody.
He's obviously not that important. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
So Grant did a song. It's called Weapon. It had not Jesse Mason. It was Baum, who sounds very similar to Jesse.
Yeah, another
Mason.
good pun.
Yeah. So I'll start with this one, even though I don't have a whole ton to say about it. Again, the vocal. Actually, no. I guess I have a little bit more to say about it. So the vocals here are really good. That's
Absolutely.
that's not my personal problem with the song. I have this at 13, which I mean it's a good song. Don't get me wrong, but like I know Matthew said he had it at number 1. I'm sure a couple other people have this higher than I do, but
Yep.
I have a very similar problem with the song that I have with Cloud9 and Clockwork, which were 2 of Grant Bowtie's 4 songs on the label, and that the production seems a little too cluttered and the melody doesn't really catch me at all. Like I can't hum this. I off the top of my head I don't know exactly what the melody sounds like, and that's a problem because I've listened to it like probably 10 times since it's come out. The record scratches are cool. That's one thing I really enjoyed, and it's Grant, so of course he's gonna have some really cool sound samples. But overall, this is probably my lead. I don't know. I like this more than Are We Still Young, but Are We Still Young was at least really
like
different to stuff he's done before, and I can appreciate that. And I don't. This is kind of a step in the wrong direction to me. I know he said it was like his most Grant Bowtie like song, but I prefer his Grant like stuff. Specifically, Wake Up, Constellations, and Starship. I liked all of them a lot. So, yeah, I have this at 13. So that's all I have to say about it.
Okay. I had Weapon at 17, and in my opinion, it's Grant's second worst song, just because I really don't like Are We Still Young. I agree with that. It's just really cluttered, and you can't make out the melody. But I do think it's still, like, it's listenable. Like, I don't think it's bad in any way. I think it's just one of his weakest songs.
Okay.
I had this at 3. I like the vocals personally, and I've gotten into Grant a lot recently because of songs like this. I was never a fan of his Bowtie songs except for like High Tide, but everything since Constellations I think has been really good. Starship, I enjoyed Are We Still Young. I just love Grant's sound design, and he brings an incredibly talented vocalist. And although this one was kind of cluttered, that didn't bother me as much. I just thought it was like a fun, happy track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, by the way, I'll ask, have any of us heard of Baum before this?
No.
No, I have not.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone had heard of her. I don't know.
Right.
I thought she was a guy for the longest time before I actually heard the song, but I don't
Well,
know.
no, because
Baum-
he hadn't
see,
heard his voice yet.
A male vocalist with Grant, but
That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
maybe one day.
I know Andrew would really like to see Andrew Caddick or Richard Caddick with
Andrew
Grant.
Oh, Richard Caddick.
Alright.
My favorite
Alright,
vocalist
Ethan.
and label.
I guess
Andrew Caddick.
I'll talk about Weapon now. It's definitely refreshing to see a vocalist not named Jesse Mason with the
Ooh,
production
that's some
of.
shade.
Well, I mean, Constellations is like my top 5 all time, so no shade at
Ooh.
all. So, it's refreshing. You know, it's take that word how you will. But no, anyway, like I had Weapon at 7. I like the lyrics a lot. I think they're pretty cool. and I think it fits the game. I should say.
Yeah.
Did I say Bone Dry fits the game? I don't think Bone Dry fits the game at all.
No, I don't
by the
either.
way.
Nah.
That's okay. That's okay because it's Tristan, and he probably plays Rocket League the
Yeah.
most out of anyone
Oh,
who's
yeah.
artists.
He
So
probably does.
it's okay.
But anyway, Weapon. The production and the drop is really cool. I really like Grant's sound design and how it's really different than anything else on the label.
Yeah.
Lyrics, like I said, really cool. Vocals, Bombed is awesome. There's just I don't know. I can't put the song any higher. There's everything ahead of it I just like a little bit more, and Weapon's just not as good as like Starship or Constellations, in my opinion. And I think Wake Up probably still beats it too. But yeah, I had it at 7.
All right. So that is Weapon by Grant. That was the release day channel upload.
Yeah.
So that is an interesting choice. I don't know if it would have been my choice, but I can see why they did it. Grant's
I know
definitely
what
been
your
on fire.
choice would have been.
Well, I know what my choice. I mean,
I
I don't
What
know.
were
would have
your
been my
choices
choice
then?
too. You'll find out later.
You will.
So will
Alright.
everyone else.
I'll say mine when it gets there.
Yeah. Let's.
Okay, well, next up is the song that was the 4th release. There was an entire week. No, I'm sorry, it was 5th? Yeah, it's 5th, I'm sorry. There was an entire week of releases, and this was the second one of those. This is Outbreak by Faint featuring Milk.
Milk?
Milk. Yeah, I think
Yep.
that's how
I
it's
thought it was
pronounced.
just
Let me a
MYLK.
nice cool glass of milk.
Nah. Yeah, I thought it was. I
Oh,
thought I
like how
remembered
you
it as
said-
Milk. I don't
I
know.
think
how
they
you
said
said Fighter's
MYLK
name.
on the 5-year anniversary one.
It's like how you said Fighter's name in the mashup podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
FYTR.
I'm sorry, Fighter.
Okay.
Well, yeah, this is D&B. It's Faint, so that shouldn't surprise anyone.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
this isn't the D&B song by WRLD?
This is
I thought
not.
we were doing that one.
No,
You
no,
know
no,
what?
no.
Damn it.
No, we're talking.
RLD. It's my favorite artist.
Sorry
What about
for throwing
GRANT?
shade.
Or GNT? I can
That
even
was
swear.
Monstercat.
LOE. All right. We're done
Sorry,
memeing.
Evan.
Gabe, talk about this song.
Alright, so Outbreak I think it's alright. Not too big on Z&B overall, but I think Milk's vocals really make up for it. I think she has some of the best vocals that I think we've ever heard on the label. It's
Ooh.
crescendo.
Ooh.
But overall, just it's an alright song. It's kind of forgettable other than the fact that Milk is the vocalist, but yeah, I like how it kind of goes. It sticks to Faint's like high-pitched vocal style, but then it also kind of goes back to his older style at the same time.
All right. By the way, where did you have it? I don't know if you said.
I had it at 15.
Okay. I actually. All right. So I have it at 12. I have a pretty similar opinion. I don't love it. I'll probably forget about it soon enough, but it's good. That being said, I have my complete opposite reasons. I actually don't like the vocals that much, which is really a shame because I really liked them in Crescendo. But as Arinthesizer's mom would say, these are definitely like little girl vocals to the max, like as far as EDM, and that's something I personally don't like. Like, if anyone listens to pop music, she sounds very similar to Ariana Grande in this song, and I don't really like that
Kind
that
of,
much.
yeah.
Shout out to Ariana Grande and Arinthesizer's mom.
Yeah. maybe they're the same thing, Thunk.
Yeah, they're the same
Whoa.
person.
But
That's a really young mom.
yeah. But I do like the production of this a lot. It reminds me of Snake Eyes in a way, but better produced. Where it
Yeah,
has like a
Snake Eyes
very
is
loud
really loud.
drop. It's got the guitar to start, which is really cool, and it's got vocals that are
Yes.
either really good or really mediocre, depending on who you ask.
Mm.
I love that guitar at the beginning. Such a cool intro.
It is really
So
cool.
Of Snake Eye?
I guess I'll start talking about it now because the vocals, I would not have known that this was Milk after hearing Crescendo because those vocals are edited to the max. Like
Oh yeah.
this is like so different. But my first listen, I actually didn't really like them. I kind of hated them, but then I took the time and put my headphones on and listened to them. I'm like, oh, this is actually cool and different. It's no one else really sounds like this on the label, as far as I know. So that I can say I do like them now. and the production, it's really cool. I like how it kind of ties back to his roots in a way. Not his roots, but like a few years into Monstercat, at least. And yeah, I had Outbreak at 6, and I think it fits Rocket League pretty well.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to
I will say that I don't think it fits that well at all. Just because it's a really
Yeah.
loud and busy song.
I guess I wouldn't say the vocals really do, but production I think it fits. It would fit. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
had this
I'd have to hear
at-
it in the game.
Yeah, that's probably true. I have this at 9. I thought that sometimes the vocals seemed like a beat off or like half a beat off. It just kind of like always struck me as strange. I like it more than Words, but not as much as We Won't Be Alone. Nothing against Laura Brown or Fane in that one specific song. I just thought that this one's style was better. It had nicer drums. It was fast, and it's a fast game, so why not, I suppose. The vocals weren't the absolute best, but they were passable, surely enough. And I also liked the guitar at the beginning, to tie it back.
Oh, one thing I'll mention because nobody mentioned it. The second part of the drop, where like the melody gets a little bit more stutter, is that's my favorite part of the song. Honestly, I don't know if I like the outbreak vocal chop, but the actual melody itself being changed up is cool.
I actually like the outbreak, but it's kind of like buried a bit.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like Milk sang it at all. It sounds
I
like
like
a
that
male voice.
It sounds. It reminds me a lot of the Skybreaker vocal thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, you're right.
That's cool. I like how after that part too, it's like it sounds like Homebound with all the kicks. It doesn't sound like
really,
Homebound, you know, like
it does.
The drum
I know
pattern.
what you mean.
I mean,
it has the same drum pattern as Homebound.
This is really cool.
I always thought that in Skybreaker it said Tiebreaker.
I thought it did too.
I have been enlightened. I have been enlightened today.
Yeah.
So, that's neat.
Yeah. All right, so that's Outbreak. We have it at 6, 9, 12, and 15. So they're all 3 apart from each other. We all think it's at least somewhat good. So that's good.
I think it's pretty good.
On to this is probably the song that's generating the most hate on the entire
Is
album.
it really Apex?
Yeah, Apex by Vice Tone. At least
Wow.
I guess for people that I talk to, there's a few people I've talked to that don't like this at all. Which I can see, but I don't think it's that bad. I'll
Would you
talk
call
about
this
it
bass
later.
house?
I don't know. It's like a weird mix between bass house, future house, and electro house.
And deep house and all
I would
too.
call it.
Really, I got big room vibes from it.
that too.
Future
Yeah,
House and
Future
Big Room
Housey.
is kind of what it reminded me of.
I was thinking bass house and deep house.
it has the big room kicks. I'll definitely
Deep
give you
house.
that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Ethan, you get to start us off with this one.
Oh boy. I'll start by saying this is way better than I Hear You.
Really?
I'm not a big fan of I Hear You. Just
I like them
it's
both.
too slow. Yeah, I think it's too slow for me. And
Yeah.
this song is just it's like bouncy, and I think it's fun and happy, and it's like I can't really compare it to anything else Vice Tone has produced. Like if I heard this, I'm like, this is not Vice Tone.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely.
But I don't know what it is. It's kind of like my guilty pleasure on this compilation because I had it at 8, and it's everything here from 8 through 1 I think is really really great. So that just makes the cut of being great. So
Yeah.
Okay.
had it at 8.
I agree with you on that guilty pleasure so much. This is absolutely my guilty pleasure song on the album. It's incredibly basic for Vice Tone. Even from like them mostly making kind of standard house. This is even a little bit more minimalistic than that, but I do really like it. It vibes with me pretty well. The build up is good, even if you think the drop is slightly underwhelming. At least the build up does generate hype very well, and I guess that depends on how much you like the drop or not. And I do. This will probably fall if I do this. If I redo this in like a year, this will probably fall. But for now, I really enjoy it. It's catchy as all hell, and it's something different from Vice Tone, and I'll take that.
I'm gonna add. I'm glad that this is different from Vice Tone because
Yeah.
I don't like most of Vice Tone stuff on the label. It kind of feels off. I Hear You was way too slow. I agree with Ethan on that. Like if it was 128, I would like it a lot more. But Apex is probably my favorite Vice Tone song by a long shot. I have it
Really?
number 3, by the way.
Ooh.
I like how clubby it is. I like how basic it is. It's not too complex, but it's really catchy, and overall just really good in my opinion. I like that it's big room-esque, but also future house-esque. I think that really makes it. So
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
I don't know if I said where I had it, but I have it at 10. I don't remember if I did or not. But...
Oh yeah, I don't think you did. 10.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Right.
You can watch a video on it if I forget any. About the so.
True.
Mine's at half that. I have it at 5. I love Vice Tone. I love their style, how it can change so quickly. Nevada's an incredible song. I Hear You is either their second or third best.
Damn.
Apex was an interesting style. I liked the kind of bass house like feel. I enjoyed the vocal sample at the beginning, the Hey Now. That was just an interesting little thing that they added stylistically. I enjoyed how it was very minimalistic, like good enough for like a video game kind of, like good background music.
Oh yeah, it's really good for that.
Yeah,
it definitely fits.
It's definitely one of their most basic melodies, but overall it's not the worst. My only problem is like its length. It's very, very short for what they could have evolved it into.
Longer.
Yeah.
Like,
they had the
this
same problem
isn't
with
anything
that
we've.
too.
Oh yeah, true. This isn't anything like I haven't heard before, but for sure, like this is still really cool though. I'm happy like Vice Tone is kind of branching out from the progressive scene.
It's kind of jowsy.
It's just, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
I can't. This is another
Definitely
song.
fits.
I can't believe I had it the lowest, but I did. There's some people that I know. There's multiple people that would have had this number 18 now. So.
Oh yeah.
Don't think
It's
just
not
by
bad,
listening to this that Apex is some monster hit within the Monstercat community. I think we just all have unpopular opinions on it.
Yeah, right.
yeah,
I think you're right.
I have to agree.
Let's move on to another one that hasn't been uploaded to the main channel, and is another one that people seem to be up and down on.
Yep.
This is Collisions by Drulu. It's
yeah.
atmospheric trap is what I would personally call it. That's not a genre, but that's what I'd call it. And
I'd just call it outlandish.
You get to talk it. You get to talk about this one first.
Yeah, I'll start with this. This one is, in my opinion, one of the strangest styles we ever had on the label. The kicks are weird. It starts to make sense after a while, like the pattern that they're following.
Yeah.
I like the melody, or at least the sound design. I don't know if it's exactly a melody there. I think it's interesting. You have to listen to it quite a while to get into it, as I have. Nearly impossible to mash. But
yeah.
of course, you kind of have to when. But I enjoy Drulu. I enjoy their strange style, and they managed to up the ante with the strange here, in my opinion. And I have it at 12. It's not their best, but I think it's still really good.
I'll transition into my opinions because I have a few songs I could compare it to. First one being Room Divart. Just because
you're right,
it's got
actually.
this weird time signature. I'm talking about Collisions.
No, it's 4/4. It's just the
Is it
drum pattern.
4/4?
Yep.
It's
Jeez,
4/4, but it's got a really weird order to
Yeah,
like.
the
I think
drum
it's
pattern's just awkward.
kicks
For
on
some-
1 and 2, and then the snare on 4. I don't remember exactly, but it's very.
I have no idea. Like, I'm listening to the song, and I'm just like, this isn't making sense, like, musically.
I think it's meant to be off-putting in a way. Though.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just can't enjoy it because of that. That's a huge setback for me. In my
Oh, I forgot to mention, this does not fit a soundtrack at all.
Oh yeah, I don't think it does.
I'll be honest.
It
I actually
kinda
quite like
does,
this
but,
as
like-
menu music. But I think it's gonna be played during the games. So I don't know if it fits for that.
I
Oh,
think
you
this
can
would
play
be
it. You can
good.
play it on the menus as well.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Play it on the
Okay.
menus.
Yeah,
This-
menu music. This
Thanks,
is
It's,
Randy's B, for
That's a
showing
good
that.
point.
That's like
Menu
perfect build, like in the garage building your car music.
Yeah, because this
for
is
sure.
not like epic stuff. This is
No, I
just
can't
like a
imagine
very-
like in overtime going for that one goal and when this is playing. There's a few others that would be a little bit more fitting for that.
Oh yeah.
You
This
hope that
song
your
just-
opponent's getting confused by the melody.
Yeah. Yeah. Is this 3-4? Is it 4-4? What do I do?
I don't know.
Oh, goal!
This thing
Yes.
throws you off.
Suck
Suddenly
it.
make my ability to play soccer very, very poor.
Hindered.
Yeah.
I want to see this
Yeah,
played at a real game, like a real soccer
For
game.
just for that main reason, it's I have to put it at 17 because Dribler's done a lot better. This was pretty disappointing.
I think Jump and
Can't
Bon
get into
Voyage were both a lot better than this, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have it at 11. I think I have the highest out of the four of us. But,
And Gabe hasn't given his opinion. Crazy
no,
guy.
but I know where he has it, and I know it's not above 11.
Oh yeah.
But
Spoilers. Jeez.
spoilers. Yeah, I'm sorry.
What if someone thought it was at 11?
All right. Well,
Right.
it's incredibly empty, but that's not a bad thing for me. That's not a song breaker as long as it has good sound design, and it does. And in this case, it's definitely different. The fact that it's at number 11, I generally like this album, and it's probably my least favorite Drulu song I've ever heard. That says a lot about their style in general. I've listened to most of their stuff, I want to say, and almost all of it's superb. So I don't even want to call this disappointing, because technically it is, but it's just so different that I don't know if I can call it disappointing, because it's just a different kind of
it's a different
music.
category of appointing.
Yeah, it's just totally different than anything else they've ever made. And,
Yeah.
the only thing I could even compare it to would be like ZZZ, but even that is more. There's more going on
I like
in that than there's
ZZZ.
in
I like
this.
ZZZ a lot.
I like it a lot too. Yeah.
It's unpopular, I think, because people don't generally like strange songs unless they look for that kind of thing.
Right.
Like you have
That's
to
why
be
people
really
didn't
into.
like Sweat.
Oh, that reminds me. I
I
forgot
like
to
Sweat,
say
though.
my second song I compared it to, which would be
Oh yeah.
Shrooms.
Oh, I was about to
Oh.
say that. I was gonna
Yeah.
say that was part of my.
I haven't listened to
I'm
Shrooms in
sorry,
a long
Gabe.
while.
It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it, Gabe. You
Now
can
that I
go
was
on.
stolen your thunder, why don't you
Okay.
give your opinion?
Yeah.
So,
What song would you compare this to?
Shrooms! Okay, so Collisions I had at 13, and I think it's really minimal and it's really chilled out, but you can still tell it's Drulu just because of the style
Yeah.
that's done. As I was going to say, sounds a lot like Shrooms, and that's kind of why it appeals to me. Because that song has really started to grow on me over the past month or so.
I need to go
originally
back and
did
listen
not
to
like
that.
that song at all, and now it's one of my favorites now. So, overall, I think it's good. I think for Drew Luther they could have done better, but by no means is it a bad song.
Right. Okay.
I'm terrible at names. I always called him Drolo.
Oh boy. All right. Is that it, Gib?
Yep.
All right. We get to go with Tunnel Vision VIP by Subtact. No.
Ooh.
This
You're
is-
right.
Yeah.
You're right.
This
The
is
perfect
Call
shade.
Me, and according to Subtact, this was made before, or at least production started on this before it did on Tunnel Vision.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah. Apparently,
Interesting.
that's it's
So, you
got
could
some
say-
very high similarities to Tunnel Vision, though.
Yeah.
Do you think he got inspired by it to make Tunnel Vision?
Maybe
Probably,
he did.
Yeah.
But whatever
Vision's
the
Call
case,
Me VIP.
I think Tunnel Vision was the much superior song because I have this at
Honestly,
16.
yeah.
So the structure of the song is exactly the same as it is in Tunnel Vision. The bass is almost exactly the same as it was in Tunnel Vision. The melodies are cool. They're a bit different. I don't know if I like them too much. I definitely don't like them as much as I did in Tunnel Vision, and I definitely don't like the vocal chops as much as I did in Tunnel Vision. And overall, this is a good song, but I'd rather listen to Tunnel Vision than this. And songs
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
generally don't score very high with me. Like that's why I don't like the Cutline remix of Quantum. I don't know why it's the first one that comes off the top of my head, but if there's a song that's basically the exact same song as another song but slightly worse, I really don't rank that well in these kind of lists, and that's kind of my problem here. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not Tunnel Vision, basically.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can't really agree in the sense that I do like Call Me, but I'm not gonna put it bottom 3 or bottom whatever just because it sounds a lot like another song. Like I still enjoy the production, and it's got its differences, you know, not many of them, but they're still there, and it's a good song, despite sounding a lot like a lot of other things he's made. But yeah, I had it at 13, and then that's still kind of low, but I still like it quite a bit, and yeah, there's not too much to say about it though, like just.
Yeah.
I mean,
for me,
vocal samples are pretty cool. I'm not done yet. Hold on. I'll be done in like 5 seconds. There's not much to talk about. Hold on. Call me. So I'm gonna stall because I've only talked about the song for 10 seconds. It's pretty good. It's all right. You can go ahead.
Wait.
Yeah,
Breaking news.
To talk about.
Breaking news. Dill says call me a 17 for him.
Okay.
Okay, you can go now.
Oh, well.
All right. Well, thank you, Dill. If Call Me had come first, I think Tunnel Vision still would have been a big release, even if they'd been similar. But Call Me just is it's less impressive in a way. Like, a lot of people like the melody more. I like it less. It's got the same bass kind of kick thing. I had it at 15. It wasn't too impressive, but it wasn't terrible in any respect. It just, if it had come first, it would have been much better.
Oh boy.
All right, Gabe, get it out.
I had Call Me at 18.
Oh.
It's boring. It's almost exactly like Tunnel Vision. It's hard future bass, and I really don't like that style of future bass. Overall, it gave me flashbacks to Tunnel Vision.
Did you?
And I really don't like Tunnel Vision. Spoilers. So, yeah, 18. It's not that great in my opinion.
I think that was the first 18 we've had.
Oh, that's not true. I Love You Need You.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Oh my God, Ethan, how could you forget?
I'm not even listening to my own podcast.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Ethan.
How could you forget?
Alright. Here we go. This is Break Me by Trivecta. So Tristram, everybody talked about, oh my God, Tristram's back. Oh my God. This is Trivecta's first Monstercat song in 15 months.
Oh my man. God.
That's really, I mean, it's his first Monstercat. He's had, I think Labyrinth was after that. I know, obviously, Shatterpoint was this year.
Shatterpoint. Yeah. He's had Now You Know with Evidence too.
Oh shoot, that's right. I forgot about that. That's also a really good one. But
wasn't that one more recently?
Yeah, that was a couple months ago. But
yes,
this is a return to his former style of melodic dubstep. And Gabe Areno, you get to start with this one.
Oh boy. Okay, so when I first heard Break Me, I did not like it at all. But I listened to it more, and it started growing on me really fast. Trivecta's melodic dubstep, I think, is really good, but when I first heard this, I kind of felt like it was really different, but not in the direction that I was hoping for. But, by the way, I have it at 7. But, yeah, overall, it's pretty good.
I'll piggyback off, because I have it in a similar position. It's at number 8 for me. Trivecta, overall here, this is kind of similar to Believe, in that there's not really anything super interesting going on as far as, like, inventive stuff. Like, the lyrics are a bit generic. The vocals are, I mean, Kara's pretty good in general, but I don't love her voice. The drop is very Seven Lines-esque as well, of that style of melodic dubstep. That being said, the reason I like this so much is because the little things that Trivecta does really put his songs above and beyond what a normal producer would do with the same ideas. Like, the fake out into the first drop is so good.
Yeah.
At kind of Shatterpoint, like, it was like a build-up into a build-up, essentially, and you don't really see that every day, but I really liked it.
What were you guys' opinions on the lower vocals in the build-up?
Oh, after, like, when Kara sings, like, I Break You, and then there's a little in the background. Oh, yeah. I was going to say that. I love those. Those are awesome.
I like it as well.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then I have a different opinion, because I do not like that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I respect
Alright.
your opinion.
I suppose I'll go next.
Yeah.
I had it at 11. I think it's good for Tribeca to be back and Kara. That being said, I never much liked melodic dubstep. Varian had a couple good ones. That one Grab It song on Friends was slightly melodic, and it was pretty good.
Way too deep.
Grab it song, they all sound the same.
The one that was acoustic.
Don't even start Gabe on rabbits.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. I shouldn't have gone to Grab It's. Point is, Tribeca is one of the artists that can do melodic dubstep justice, and I think this one was no exception. It's probably my favorite melodic song from him. Has a good melody, good like breaks in the drop for like a couple seconds.
Yeah.
The vocals fit well. My only problem is that the ending like goes on for a bit too long, but otherwise I think it was still pretty good. A good return.
I would also like to say that I think this song fits pretty well with the game. If no other reason, because my favorite song that was on the soundtrack before was melodic dubstep, and this isn't my favorite. Obviously, I had it at number 8, but I think it fits well with the existing soundtrack.
Oh yeah, I haven't played the game, so I don't know. But yeah, that's gonna change. I want to get the game. Like,
I have it for PC, so we could play it together. You want to be by yourself?
Yeah. So Break Me, I had it at 2. I think the song's really, really good. I think it's freaking amazing.
Fucking. Excuse me.
You can swear. That's fine. Go for it.
Fuck.
Gabe's name is Frick. Gabe's name is Frick in Discord. It's not even fun. Alright. But yeah, the song, I just think the vocals are just so well done. Like, and I like the lyrics too. Even if it's a little cheesy, but like they're really well done. And the fake out, like how like what John said, he Trivecta does that, and I've noticed in a few other songs. He does it Into the Limelight. Is one that comes to mind for the first drop. Yeah, and contrary to I think it was Enderan, did you say you like melodic dubstep? I forget.
No, generally not.
Oh well, I do. And
Yeah, I can agree with you on that.
I know we said something earlier about a specific artist that might be coming back, that might not be. I don't know. But AU5, some of my favorite stuff is from him, and I can't really compare this to AU5. I just thought I'd say, I like melodic dubstep.
The slightest bit AU5.
Right? Yeah, it's not
Barely though.
Nothing like AU5. But yeah, I'd say melodic dubstep is my second favorite genre, and if it weren't for another song, this would be my favorite on the compilation for sure.
Have we done your number 1
yet?
yet?
2.
We have not gotten
no,
to
you
it
have
yet.
not. You haven't done John's number 1. I don't think we've done anyone's.
We haven't done mine either.
Yeah. John and I
wait,
did number
we
1.
haven't hit Gabe's either.
My number 1, I'm sorry.
Fury, right?
Yeah.
Haven't done my number 2 though.
So yeah, this song is just really, really well done, and it's probably on the label. It's probably top 20. Like, it's up there with Evaporate for sure, because I love Evaporate.
I just realized I was muted, but
no.
I was talking I didn't say too much, but you'll hear it in the recording because I didn't read that.
Oh
so
yeah, okay.
That'll be a weird. It gives you guys incentive to watch
bonus
now
content?
because you won't know what I was saying.
Yeah.
What if I was talking shit about any one of you guys?
They watch what I came here for the free food.
I'm not gonna go back and watch this.
Yeah. Good point. All right.
Will anyone?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is a waste of time.
I watched the one that I accidentally came in on.
Oh yeah.
Does that count?
That counts.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one you accidentally came in on.
Yeah.
Andrew, get your mind out of the gutter.
Oh no! I was
Maybe
laughing
my
at.
mind's in the gutter.
Yeah, I think your mind. I think your mind is in the gutter about other people's minds being in the
Get
gutter.
your mind out of getting my mind out of the gutter.
Get your mind out of my gutter.
My mind's in the
Get
gutter and
everybody's
everything else.
minds out of Getter.
Let's move on.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Speaking of Getter, this is
No.
pretty similar to Getter style. It's Drift Away by World.
What?
What?
Great transition.
The best.
I just,
People who
I
haven't
honestly,
listened to Monstercat are gonna be like, what the
I'll
fuck
be
is-"
honest. I didn't look at what was the next track, so I just hoped
Okay.
it would work, and it didn't.
None of
I
them
don't
were
think
Getter
anything
like
on
you.
this compilation is anywhere near like.
Yeah, it turns out, guys, Drift Away and his remix of Alone are the same song.
Getter did an indie dance song, and I guess Wake Up Your Dreaming is kind of indie dance. I don't know. Whatever, Ethan, you're
It's
the world
synthwave,
guy. You
yeah.
get to start this
I'm
one.
the world, man.
I'll give you the world.
Thank you. Wow, good one. I'll give you the WRLD.
That's a Dill. That's a classic Dill.
I'll give you the D in that WR.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. Okay, that's.
You better take that L from
Yeah, you're gonna
WRLD.
hand this L. I'm gonna take the W,
Yep.
and someone can do something with the R. I don't. Okay. I may be the world guy, but I only had Drift Away at 9, and that and one other song being the one at 10. I think I really do enjoy, but I think the artists that made them could do a little bit more with the songs. You'll see what I have at 10 and why that makes sense. But yeah, at 9, I think Drift Away fits the game. It's like it's a chill D&B song. It's pretty. It definitely fits for sure, and I like that. And the melody I like a lot too. That's probably the highlight of the song.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget, was this drop copy pasted? I can't.
I believe it was.
Yeah,
I never listened
Yeah, because I don't
too closely.
remember listening to something different in the second drop. So that I think probably hinders it a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
So not a big fan of copy pasting.
Yeah, copy paste
Yeah.
isn't the best.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
man,
okay
I like
with it
Big Room.
I'm okay with it in chill songs like this. I'm not.
Yeah, that
I'm not
makes
too
sense.
bad.
Yeah, it
This isn't
works.
too bad.
If the first drop's good, then I'm not gonna
Yeah, why
complain
not?
too much.
I had
So,
this at 8, Drift Away. I think it's probably his second best drum and bass. I like By Design much more.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Great song.
Everything wasn't the best. The vocals were good. The drop wasn't. But here the drop is good. I enjoyed the melodies. I like the build up a lot. Like the LFO kind of synth thing.
Those vocoder vocals too. in
The
that
vocode
second-
vocals are my problem with it. They're very quiet, and
Mm.
I feel like they wouldn't add much regardless.
Mhm.
But as drum and bass songs go, this isn't the worst. Definitely isn't the best. But 8 is, I think, a
Very
fair.
respectable. Yeah.
Yeah. Gabe.
Okay. So, I had Driftway at 9. I'd say by a mile, this is my favorite World D&B song. Just, it's a lot, in my opinion, it's a mixture of the two. In, like, the best way possible. It's really catchy. There's not much else I can really say about it.
Mhm.
Kind of reminds me of the third drop in everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
one thing
Oh,
I
it's got
can-
it's got a very similar lead to that as well as the entirety
Yeah.
of Fine Design. So.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah.
right,
All right. Well, Gabe, you had it at 9. Ethan, you had it at 9. Enderan, you had
I
it
had
at
it at
8.
eight.
I also have it at 9.
Jeez.
So we're all
That's
very
pretty
in the middle
close.
on this.
Okay.
If two of us had to put it one higher, we'd be an Eminence song. But
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
yeah, this is
Speaking of...
this is
Speaking of-
very different for World in my opinion, where it's very ambient. Whereas you could say everything was more minimal than ambient. I'd say this, it builds an atmosphere, and then the drop kind of continues that. And I just really enjoy listening to this. I think this might be the best for the Rocket League game.
Yeah.
Other than
Ambient's good
Rocket,
for
as
three of
far
them.
as like you could probably play it both in a game setting and in a menu setting, because I think it works well with both.
Yeah.
So I'm a fan of that, and overall, it's just an easy track to listen to, which is always good for
Yeah.
me. It's not as good as By Design, but not much will be. So.
Right.
All right, that's I'm glad we all had very incredibly similar opinions
Yeah.
on that. It's just a good song. All right, let's end the similar opinions because I'm pretty sure we don't have similar opinions on this one.
Oh.
It's "Wake Up
Yeah.
You're Dreaming" by No Taker, or oh shit, I forgot what Landon called him in his top 10 artists. It was like
Nautiker.
no, it was he
No
made a reference to
Taker.
Stranger Things, but I never watched Stranger Things, so I don't remember what he said. But yeah, it's Synthwave Boy. And you get to start it, Enderan.
Alright, yeah. For a house song, this sure is 104 BPM.
This is not a
Making
house
it-
song. I don't care what Monstercat says. This is not.
Yeah.
Do
a
they
house
call
song.
it house? Or
Yep.
They called this and Shimmer both house, and I'll never.
Shimmer was also
understand
synthwave, and
yeah, they called
that's a good
Shimmer Prog House in particular.
I understand.
that's a good transfer because I thought Shimmer was a better version of this. I had this at 17, just because it could have been so much better. It could have been Shimmer or Infinite even. Gems wasn't my favorite. This is better than Gems, but
Nope.
I like his. He has very like retro kind of style, but he doesn't play it off as though that's what it is. I like the claps in the second drop at the one part. Around halfway through the second drop, there's a good clap style, I believe. I like the synth. I like the piano. The vocal chops are okay. It just didn't strike me as like the best song, especially for like a video game as much.
Yeah.
I'll start, I guess, giving my opinion. I
Go for it.
don't think I'll start by saying I don't think the song fits. I don't like it. It seems like it's more of a menu song, I guess. If it's gonna be in this game, to me, it seems a little too boring, and it's got elements of everything we've heard from Note Taker. Like, it's got those repetitive kicks, like that. Like rolling kicks, I guess.
Oh yeah, like the ones
we've
from
heard in Shimmer. Yeah.
Shimmer. That's what I like about Shimmer
got-
is the crazy drums.
It's got kind of like, I guess, elements from Gems in a drop, and then
Yeah.
it's got the tempo of
Shimmer.
I guess Shimmer too, and I was gonna say
Infinite.
Infinite, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I had Wake Up You're Dreaming at 16. It was pretty disappointing. And Shimmer, when I first heard it, I had to rank it so low on its album just because what album was Shimmer on? Quick question.
30.
30. I like 30 a lot.
I fucking loved Shimmer. I thought it was creative, and this was just
Yeah,
like a mixture of all of his other stuff that's already
Right?
been out.
Yep.
Shimmer's great. If I were to go re-rank that album, Shimmer would be way higher. But
Yeah.
considering how low I had Shimmer originally, and then that I don't like Wake Up You're Dreaming that much, I just have to put it at 16. So I don't really enjoy it.
Imagine doing Wake Up versus Wake Up You're Dreaming versus Wake Up the House is
Okay.
Underwater.
Plus
That would
Dreaming
be-
by AU5, plus
Yep,
Dreaming by
Dreaming
Project
by-
46.
Oh god.
Oh, you guys know what
Waking
I'm gonna do.
Dreams is
My
one
Give
by
next,
Blue Jewel a
2/3.
boner.
next
that.
meme mash. Next
Plus
meme mash
unlike
right here.
plus unlike
Everything
Pluto
is
whose
waking up
logo
and
is up.
dreaming.
Everyone's
Whole
dreaming.
clusterfuck.
Or
All right.
waking up.
So,
Dreamcatcher.
wake up, you're dreaming. Oh boy, I added a 10.
Oh boy.
I
Oh,
think
boy.
this song. Oh boy.
Oh,
So
Oh boy! Oh!
oh no.
Okay, so
Now that
Wake
Mickey
Up,
Mouse
You're
is
Dreaming.
gone.
Okay.
wake up, you're dreaming. I'm glad that it takes aspects from all of the other songs. Cause I like how it kind of the first drop kind of sounds more like Infinite,
Right.
which to me is something I like, and overall it kind of has a lot of aspects of Shimmer. I didn't think it had many of Gems, honestly. Which is
Yeah, I
a-
agree with you
it's-
on that a lot, actually.
Mm.
I don't really like Gems.
Yeah, you
I don't
guys
think
might
many
be right.
yeah,
people
Gems
did.
is probably his.
I didn't like
worst.
It's
Gems.
one of the least viewed songs.
Really?
Which I may
Okay.
add is maybe it's just because I'm biased towards that genre, but I think it deserves more. But I know I'm probably
Is it
not alone
because
in
it's
that
prog
opinion.
trance?
It's the yeah.
Overall, good song. I like No Taker's style, so that's neat.
Yeah. I have it the highest out of everybody. I have it number 7. Like everyone else has said, it's definitely like a pretty strong combination between Shimmer and Infinite, which I'm not a big fan of because every one of his first 3 songs on Monstercat was something different. He went synthwave and then prog house, prog trance, somewhere in the middle, and then like kind of fully in the synth pop direction with a little bit of synthwave influence. And this is kind of in between Infinite and Shimmer, with a lot of influence from both. That being said, it does do some different things. Like I really like the piano. I know Jake,
Piano was nice.
Clay Kia, Felix, whatever you want to call him, he did not like the piano, but I do. I do personally. the first and third drops I really enjoy because of the vocal chops, which are a little bit different, but I enjoy listening to them. The second drop is probably my least favorite part of the song because the weird growls just kind of seem off-putting to me. I don't know why they're in the song. But really, other than that, this is just a really solid synthwave song. And I don't have too much bad to say about it. It's just I've probably said this about a few songs, but this is just really nice to listen to. It would be good menu music at the very least. And that'll transition us into All Me by Conroe. I get to start on this one. I hope you guys like 2016 Conroe because this is a return to 2016 Conroe. I don't know if it's permanent. I doubt it is because he's got that EP coming, which will probably be more in the lay low Chardonnay style. But this, I'd like to hear more of this. Honestly, I don't care that this is incredibly similar to both On My Way Up and The Saint as far as the samples it uses, the sound of it. The build up is almost a copy of On My Way Up. And the both drops here are the exact same, which kind of sucks. But the vocal chops are cool. He throws a couple wet snares in there, which I'm always a fan of. And most of the samples that he uses are just really good, and it makes another really good future bass. Conroe's 2016 is definitely, I feel like it's probably underrated just because at the time it's probably a little bit sickening, but like looking back, I liked every single one of his songs from 2016, and this is no different. This is my number 6 on the compilation. I would say there's a pretty big difference between this and Rocket. Like, I'd say the top 5 and then 6 through 17 are all like 2 separate tiers of songs. But I still really enjoy listening to this.
Okay, so I had All Me at 5, and On My Way Up is one of my favorite future bass songs on the label, so I'm glad he returned to this style. I do like how it has aspects from The Saint as well. I'm glad he combined the styles, especially just because I know they're not tremendously different, but I know like On My Way Up was a lot more like it repeated the same thing a lot throughout the entire song, but like The Saint actually had like breaks in it and like little parts where nothing was happening, and that was kind of in this song. So I think it's really good.
I want to finish this one off, so whoever.
Okay, I will go then. All Me. Well, John pretty much spoke what I want to say about it, because this is my favorite Conroe song since City Lights. And it still got got those The Saint and On My Way Up vibes, which are really cool. But I think it's even better done than those 2 songs. Even after hearing them, like going back to Call Me and how it's similar to his Matches remix and Tunnel Vision, I think this song is similar to a lot of Conroe's other things, but I think it's an improvement while still sounding similar. Like the first thing you hear in the drop is like, whoa, this is cool, this is different, Conroe. What are you doing? Why does this sound good? I'm used to you doing slow things that don't sound as good.
Lalo.
Yeah. But this is definitely an improvement, and good job, good on you, Connor. Oh, I had it at 11. I like it.
Yeah.
Don't love it. It's good though.
Alright, I've got a lot to say about this one.
Oh boy.
First of all, when I was talking about the one that I thought should have been the release date song, All Me is definitely the one I want. I have it at number 2, and the only reason I have it at 2 is, generally speaking, if it's a heavy song versus a happy song or a hype song, the heavy song generally wins out, so that's why Fury's above this, but only because of that. Puppet's the only exception that usually beats out a heavy song.
Right.
So All Me, I was working on the album, and I just downloaded this one. I hadn't listened to all of them yet. I was going to do that as I went through it. And so I opened up Ableton and slapped this one in. and I get a song that I think will probably fit Conroe's style, and I put it in, and I get to the drop, and I actually muted the other song and had to go back and listen to All Me's drop because it's so exciting. It's very fast. It's got the good tom fills and the good vocal samples. I enjoy everything about it. It's got that good cold open. I really don't think there's much wrong with this song.
So what you telling me is you didn't listen to the song before you went to mash it?
No, because I had 12 songs that I wanted to get done quickly, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not wasting an hour. I can do it as I go.
I don't entirely blame you because it's a Conroe song, and what we've heard.
It's a lot of
Conroe
songs.
This past year is like, all right, dude, come on.
Okay, so I don't like on My Way Up. City Lights is eh. The Saint is incredibly good and nostalgic for me. It reminds me of the beginning of last summer. It was the first thing that was released on my summer break while I was in Florida. And then I like Lay Low's style, but this just reminded me so much of The Saint, and I got that good nostalgia boner. And I just had to keep going.
It's my favorite kind.
Yeah, that's mine as well.
Nice.
Okay, that's All Me. We get to move on to E-Fixer.
Yeah,
E-Fixer.
He's right here.
Yeah, he's making Future House now. Skyforth. You get to start it off, Gabe.
Okay.
Yee.
So, Skyforth is probably one of Afix's best tracks, if not the best track.
Whoa.
Not Substance?
Oh yes, Substance is my favorite Afixa song, you know. It's great. Skyforth, in my opinion, was a pretty emotional song, and I thought it was really good. I mean, in my opinion, Afixa hasn't really fallen flat with production for the most part, other than, in my opinion, IDK. Because bass. But it's really good. Although, even though I do say that, I had it at 12.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was looking at your reasoning and like looking at your ranking, and I was just like, this does not compute.
Yeah, right.
Whoa. It's at 12, but in my opinion, this has been one of the best albums we've gotten.
Okay.
So...
That's very true. None of them were like terrible, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Which is a weird way into transferring. A weird way of me saying that this was my number 18.
Whoa!
Yeah. Okay. So my reasoning is I've never been a massive Afixa fan. Losing You was Matches was alright. I enjoyed Matches.
You're really disappointing me with both of those things that you just said.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. I've just always found Afixa to be slightly overrated in his own way. I never got the style. Skyforth
That's not
was very
entirely false. Yeah.
Skyforth was pretty basic in my opinion. Like, it was good house, but it could have used some vocals. Would have made it a lot better. The vocal chops that start off the drop. It just kind of goes into drums like after a full measure, and if it had kept the vocal chop going, I would have liked it a lot more. Just on its own.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty bouncy, it's pretty happy, it's good video game stuff, it's just not my style at all. And so I apologize if that's not...
I respect your opinion.
Oh, frick.
The frog, the myth, the legend has spoken.
Alright, well, Skyforth, I had high expectations for this. This and my, This and my number 9, which was Drift Away, I had high expectations for, so Skyforth is at number 10, so my 10 and 9, I will compare and contrast real quick. Like I said, high expectations, but I still enjoyed them quite a bit, so these two fall under the category of, songs I really enjoy, but I think the artist could have done better. So, yeah. Skyforth. I think it fits the game pretty well. Like, if I were to hear this in the game, I'd be like, oh, this is nice. This is nice. This fits well. But, I don't think Skyforth's anywhere near as good as Losing You. Like, the raw emotion in that song is just, like, amazing. Like, what Laura Bremen did. It's just,
so good.
I
don't dislike the song. I love Laura Bremen. Her vocals are incredible in that.
Yeah, I feel like if this song had a vocalist, I'd like it a bit more.
Yeah.
But it's a Future House. It's not bad. I just think Afixa could have done a little bit more with it. It's pretty good though. Yeah, 10, top 10.
Okay. So I get to go last. I have it the highest again. I have it at number 4. So this is Afixa's weakest song since coming back, but considering Matches is my number 1 of the 5-year anniversary, and I don't know if it's still my number 1 of all of last year, but it was at the end of last year.
Right.
And Losing You still might be number 1 of this year. There's a couple songs competing for that, but considering that, saying this is my least favorite is pretty much saying nothing. It's like saying Emergency is Chris Rambis' best track.
Yeah.
But
just wait for it. It was good.
Sorry, Gabers. But
Big Room is good.
Clearly, you haven't seen John's rankings.
I liked it better than the Checo and Torres remix.
Yeah.
But
well, that's unfortunate.
That's not saying
yeah,
much.
I know you like
that's
that even
worse.
more.
I love
Yeah.
that remix personally.
I barely know any of these songs you're talking about, so I'm just gonna keep quiet.
Okay, so Skyforth, so his first 3 tracks since coming back were Tropical House, and then Prog House, and then now Future House. So it's really cool to see him experimenting within the same genre.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really think of another example of an artist that does that. Maybe like
No Taker?
Direct.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I guess you could say No Taker. But
If you counted his house, of course.
yeah, Monstercat surely does. But honestly, I find this drop very euphoric. Like the fake out drop into basically the full raw emotion of it. I really liked that. That was one of my favorite parts of the song. The vocal chops are really cool, and then the second drop is even more euphoric in a way. And I like songs that do that a lot. Like you can really hear the progression throughout the song, and I'm a fan of songs that do that. And then also the intro is really cool and spacey as well. That's not something you see all the time from Future House. Generally, Future House songs are more detached than anything, and the fact that this has a lot of raw emotion makes it a bit different for the genre. So I'm a pretty big fan of this. I don't know if it'll make my best of the year, but it'll come pretty close. So that's Skyforth by Fixa.
Okay.
And now on
Oh
to
boy.
Play to Win by
Here we
Ramses
go,
B,
boys.
featuring Holly Drummond, Ethan. I didn't plan this out, but you get to start this one off.
Oh, look at that! Wow. Okay. All right. So we've got 4 songs left. That being Play to Win, Drop It, 0202, and Twilight. And I've not yet given my 18 or my 1. So.
I wonder what this could be.
Yeah. If you heard how excited I was, you would know that it is the one. It's the
I
one.
couldn't tell if you were excited to dump on it or excited to say it was your
man.
number 1.
It's
honestly.
actually 18. I hate the song so much.
Ethan
It's
Chase.
definitely not challenging my number 1 song of all time. But
Oof.
yeah, no, this song, holy shit, dude. What
I agree.
So,
Well, he muted.
oh, I muted by accident. Okay.
Yeah.
That was excellent. Did you just hear you cut out?
Agree.
Alright. So, when I first heard the song, much like a lot of the songs, you know how we did the last podcast, I would say every other song, like, oh, I heard the song in my car and I turned it all the way up. That's exactly what I did on my way home from work not a couple days, like a week ago, I want to say, on the podcast from when they previewed it. And I didn't get the full effect once I put on my headphones, and heard it again once I got home, but it was just like, I had not had this reaction to a song since I've heard Chase It by World, which is my number 1 song. I'm actually going to go listen to it right now. Let's see, youtube.com, okay. So, Play to Win. I found out today it was made for the game. That's pretty cool. I think it fits the
it's nice.
game.
Hi, I wonder who told you that one.
Yeah.
With
One
a
of you
certain
guys.
green animal.
Oh, you mean yellow?
Yellow.
I guess he is yellow. Yeah.
Holy shit. John, you said that I won't steal your thunder, but I don't mean to, but I'm going
No,
to.
I have plenty to say about it anyway. So do
All
it.
right. You said you compared this song to an artist. He goes by the name of Gabemeister, and
Yeah.
Ooh.
when I heard the song, I agreed with you, but I think this is Gabemeister on fucking steroids. This is literally like, oh my god, I've not heard anything like this before. Like Ramses B, how do you make this? I've never like his catalog is like nothing like this at all. I'm just like shook. I'm shook. And then Holly, oh my god, Holly Drummond, her, oh my god.
And Ethan just came.
So
Yeah.
yeah, a little bit. Just. So No Holding On, shout out to Blue, by the way, is my favorite song with a female vocalist. And now that just got beaten by this song with the same vocalist. Yeah, this song is that high up. I don't want to say it's my number one on the label, but it's like 2 or 3 right now. And it's just that good. I have not had this reaction to a song in so long, and I'm so nostalgic and euphoric to like, just reminds me of when I first found Monstercat. I'm like, oh, this is so good. I love everything here. I'm so happy. It's like amazing. So yeah, this song just makes me feel so good, and I love it. So you can go next and reiterate everything that I've just said.
Yeah.
Because
So yeah, you haven't jerked off the song enough. It's not my turn. And
Yeah, was that just Ethan that whole time?
that was just Ethan
Is
that
he the
entire
only person
time.
who's talked about it?
yeah.
10 minutes later.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh
now
my
I get
God.
to talk about it for probably just as long. So
Yeah.
So the way my experience with this album was, so every song that was on the channel, I listened to it when it came out. But every other one, I avoided podcasts for 3 weeks because I wanted to hear the 11 songs that hadn't been released up to that point. At whenever it became midnight, July 5th, in my time, I went to Spotify. I was feeling pretty tired that night, so I decided, all right, I'll listen to this. I'll go to bed and think on it, and that was the plan until we got to this song, and then I didn't sleep till like 5 a.m. Listened to the song like 7 or 8 more times throughout the night. So this made me totally glad I didn't listen to it because I was not expecting this. Ramses B feature bass, I thought was a really cool idea. I was expecting something very like glitchy and stuttery, kind of like some of his stuff, like Darkest Place or Full Force.
I was expecting
Mountains.
something like Faster Than Light, just sped up.
Yeah, just like pretty, like kind of all over the place, vocal samples all over the place.
Right.
Obviously, there's the fact that Holly Drummond was in the song, but I was still expecting something like that. This was not what I was expecting.
No. Oh my god.
So Holly Drummond is, in my opinion, she's one of the most underrated vocalists on Monstercat, and she might be my most underrated. Like for me personally, like I probably underrate her because she's in a lot of songs that are okay or that are good but not great. Like stuff like No Holding On, Memory, Trust in Me, Tonight. Both of the Eminence songs she's in are all good but not phenomenal. The only song I think she's in that's really good is Tonight by 2/3, and even that I think she might have been the weakest part of the song just because of the vocal quality.
I think Tomorrow's probably her
fault.
best.
Yeah. Well,
Ooh, yeah.
I'm a sucker for Tonight, but Tomorrow's probably her best since that. That being said, this beats the hell out of that for me. Finally, she's on some elite level production.
Those vocal chops.
The things that Ramses B does with her vocal chops. Okay, I've said this before, and before I heard this song, that Ramses B is basically the Feige of drum and bass, of using vocal chops really well. And what I'm about to say might be blasphemous, but I think Ramses B might be the king of vocal chops on Monstercat.
Just after this song, right?
After
I
this
can't
song,
think of anyone else, but I feel like there is somebody. I just can't remember who.
I think I said that about By Design when World dropped that.
Yeah, that was really good too.
For this, oh man.
Like We Love, Timeless. I think there were vocal chops in Mountains, if I remember right. Oh
sure
my
they were.
God, they're so good in this though.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he pitches them up and then down and then up again and then down again, and it all works is fucking crazy. The first drop is really good and smooth and nice to listen to, and the second drop changes up just enough to keep things interesting. And I think I've mostly spoken my piece. I don't have a single bad thing to say about this song. I don't have a single mediocre thing to say about this song. I love every aspect of it.
I just want to say one more thing too before we move on.
Yeah,
if
go
done.
for it. It's my number one, by the way. I don't know if I said that, but I needed to.
So I think I want to thank Slander for dropping Superhuman a week ago, or however long it was. I don't care. 'Cause that song is not as good, but let's compare the two. Both songs are future based. One song is 128, one song is 30. They're close enough. You can say same tempo, whatever.
Yep.
One song is infinitely superior to the other.
Whoa.
You can guess which one that is.
Thank you, Slander.
I didn't know.
Shitty song.
I didn't know you liked
fucking
Superhuman that much.
No.
Like this
so
one.
so what I'm saying is
No.
I'm thanking him for releasing that because I don't think I'd like this as much if it weren't for that song. Just because, like, Ramsey B just fucking shoves that song to the ground by releasing this. In my opinion, this is just like, oh my god, that was a slap in the face to Slander, and I'm fine with it.
I think I've talked about Slander before, especially with Superhuman, because I find it to be one of the worst tracks on the label since.
Wow.
Since, oh my god, what, the Pink Cloud remixes?
Oh my god!
With
there was some gold in there.
This is meant to be an enjoyable podcast to listen to. Let's not talk about those.
Yeah.
But Play to Win, I had at 8. I mean, there's not much to say anymore. Fuck,
We
I
kinda took
stole
all that out.
everything.
We've pretty much
I'll
done
just
it all.
I'll just read off my script and say, slow, catchy, overall a beautiful song.
Nice.
You can go ahead now,
Milk
Enderan.
the song.
Oh, fuck. Now I feel bad that I'm going last. Alright. So, those of you who don't know, I have the strangest opinions on Ramses B. He has one of my favorite drum bass songs, We Love.
Yes.
I enjoy Neon Rainbow as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Very nice.
Darkest Place is good.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, we've been drowning in Ramses B lately. Looking at his discography, actually I had to bring this up just to prove a point. Since November, we've had Ready to Go, Time to Say Goodbye remix, Virtuality, Nova, and Play to Win. And that's, 5 months? That's one song a month.
Not counting the full length LP that he dropped at some point off the label, and I think another EP since then.
And then on the podcast, he's had 2 songs in a row on one, and then 2 songs separately on another. I feel like there's been quite a bit of Ramses B lately. I love Holly Drummond's vocals. I love that he's trying out future bass. It's interesting. It's just not my favorite style of his thus far. I have it at 16.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry,
It's
Ethan.
triggered.
I'm okay with that because I've seen a couple of people. I have a couple of friends that had it really even lower than that. So it's okay.
Like,
Ethan's
song-
brain is just like,
no,
Yeah, I'm
no
okay
song
with
on
it.
this
I
album
respect
is
some
bad.
people's opinions.
No song
Like I
on this
agree
album
with the
is
too much
bad,
Ramses
but-
B, but
Right.
my problem with that was that he was making D&B that wasn't super interesting.
Yeah,
Even though I
this
liked
is-
most of it except for Ready to Go.
This is super refreshing.
This is not D&B. This is not dance floor D&B.
Definitely not.
No,
no,
it's not.
I kind of hope he continues. It makes
I wouldn't. My only problem is that I think it'd be literally impossible to top this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good vocal chops, interesting sound design. Just
If
not
he tops
for me.
this, it'll be my favorite song, like no question, because this
Yeah.
is this is that good for me.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, you guys. Y'all ready
boy.
to move on?
that was officially the longest segment of this podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
easily.
I was
That's
expecting
probably
it
The
to
final
be.
yeah.
stretch.
All right. Now we get "Drop It" by Arrow Chord. That's right. Brah.
Brah!
All right.
Watch
Uh,
out!
Enderan,
I
you
can
get
start
to
this
talk
one.
on. Yeah.
I love Arrow Chord Trap. Honestly, this one wasn't the best, but I still love Arrow Chord Trap. Borneo is alright. Resistance is one of my favorite trap songs on the label.
Yes.
Boundless is another one of my favorite trap
I
songs on the
also
label.
like that one a lot.
That's a good
Um,
one.
Good.
That being said, this drop was kind of basic. Very good low end. I enjoy his drums, his drum styles. I had it at 7. I'm sad that it's his last trap song because it could have been so much better.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I like the last section with the I don't even know how to describe it. You know what I'm talking about though, like the kind of ARP thing, slightly. I enjoy that. The vocal chop isn't my favorite, but nonetheless, it's pretty good for Arrow Chord, and that's good enough for me.
Okay. Drop it.
Gamers.
I had drop it at 6.
Gee.
I had drop it at 6 because I think it's one of his best songs. Why? Because I don't like trap. I don't like Arrow Chord's trap. But it's still good. That's all I have to say.
Okay. I have it at 14. I'll be honest, when I first listened to this, I created a ranking as I was first listening. This was 7 or 8. But it's gone down because there really isn't a whole ton to this at all.
Right.
Which is
Yeah.
really ironic of me saying that with an album that has stuff like Collisions and O2O2 on it that are really simple. But this is probably the least. It's I don't know. So it's very similar to Borneo and Resistance, and I really like both of those. Borneo rose from it would have been 25 on the full length album when it first dropped, and right now it would be probably 7 or 8.
Oh yeah.
And Resistance is obviously absolutely amazing. However,
Oh, I
this
disagree.
doesn't have the good vocal chops that either of those had, and this also has probably half of the punch that both of those two songs had.
Yeah.
The build-up is great, and I really like the lead horn sound of the drop, but there isn't as much going on. The beat pattern's not that great. The bass isn't as good as it was in Borneo. And the FIFA YouTubers will use the hell out of this, and I'm sure they'll get their mileage out of it. And, I mean, I like it. It's definitely a song I'll listen to, but it's definitely, in my opinion, Arrow Chord's weakest, hard trap song that he's ever made.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Well, you know how I said I had my 1 and my 18 left?
Yeah.
They're both,
This one's 17.
they're both gone now.
Yeah, I think this one's his 1.
This is 8. This is 18. The drop is really, really disappointing. I mean, in the song, I like the brass, and I really do enjoy the build-up, which it's pretty cool.
It's a good build-up.
Yeah. But the bass line and the drop, I just don't. It sounds off. It's off-putting, out of key, kind of, in my opinion. But I don't know. Yeah, the 808s, the choice of 808s, I don't really like. To be honest, I don't think it fits. And this was such a bad way to go out in the hard trap scene, in my opinion.
I know.
I think he could have done a lot better. It's cool what you said about Borneo too. I'll go off topic a little bit, but that song, I probably would have the same jump from because I had it in the bottom 10.
Yeah, actually
somewhere,
same.
and it'd be way higher now. Now that I stopped comparing things to Resistance,
Yeah.
I can realize, this is actually good in its own light. But
Yeah.
yeah, drop it, not good in its own light, in my opinion.
One thing I just want to
very
point out about Borneo. I don't like the Jungle Terror section, but I like the trap section a lot.
Yeah.
That's my thing with
Yeah.
it. That's kind of what hindered it down to 20 for me.
I think I actually really like the Jungle Terror of it, just because I like the bass and I love the beat pattern. The dum 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 dum. I
I think I've been permanently scarred from that booty jiggle. You know?
Oh well, let's not talk about
Did
that.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm kind of glad I don't.
I
Yeah,
wanna quickly
we should
shout
do.
out my boy Duality. Did y'all see his fire mixtape, or not mixtape, fire meme earlier?
Oh yes.
No,
with
it
drama.
didn't. But that was
It's beautiful.
Storm. That was
No,
Storm.
Delilah made one too.
Duality
you
did
missed
too. Oh
Duality
shoot. Okay.
upload
Yeah, I
my
must have
boy.
missed it.
Shout out to Stormwaves in his own respect.
Yeah.
No, fuck him.
Underrated. Okay.
Whoa.
Here we go.
I would
And
like
the
to
podcast
say,
just
I love
became.
these stories.
I would like to say, Ethan, that's the first time I've ever heard you say the word y'all.
Fuck y'all.
Did I say all? I didn't even know.
You did say y'all. I'm so proud. You've
You
become
I've become a real trucker.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in the South, so I kind of do it without thinking about it, and I hate it.
Is ruined. It has ruined.
Yeah. I didn't realize half of this is Deep South. Woo.
We inherit all of our traits and aspects from the corn we grow.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what color corn is.
Oh, yep, I know what color corn is.
Okay.
Let's get into. I'm so glad I get to start this one. We got O2O2 by Eminence.
I wanted to start this one.
Well, you can piggyback off of
it's
me
unfortunate.
because I have some very, very positive things to say about this. So this is Eminence's third numbered song, and there are people calling this minimal and boring. I would like to ask you: have you heard any of Eminence's numbered songs? That's what their numbered songs are. They're minimal.
Yeah.
Like 8889 and 2127. One was Prog House, one was Future House, but both of them were incredibly minimal, but really easy to listen to, really nice. And O2O2 is very similar to that, except I think it's supposed to be bass house.
Call it deep
Not
house?
sure.
I was gonna say.
It could be deep house.
I would have called it deep personally.
That's all right. Well, whatever it is, it's really minimal. But I like that. It kind of. Some people are calling it boring. I think it kind of toes the line between boring and minimal. The intro is amazing. The outro is amazing. I like songs that do one drop because it makes it a lot more fresh, and that's what this song does. And Eminence, one reason why they're one of my favorite house artists is that they do a really good job of keeping their drops fresh. Like they don't just play the same thing over and over. Well, I guess they kind of do, but they add stuff too. They add layers. Like in this case, they add to the beat. They I can't think of everything they do off the top of my head, but they add little sound samples and stuff that keep you interested while also having a melody that goes over the entire length of 2 bars, which you don't see all the time in house.
An example I want to bring to that is 2127. It does a good job of just adding stuff as the song goes.
Yeah, 2127, and I'd say 8889 as well. I'd say both do it. And
that's what makes songs memorable. So glad they did it.
Yeah, and the melody, finally, I was talking about the melody, but it's absolutely phenomenal. Like, the way it rises throughout the melody and then kind of drops back down and then rises up again. I love it. I can absolutely see listening to this as menu music and playing the game to this. I think it works really well.
I don't know about playing the game, but definitely menu.
Well, it has kind of like a brooding intensity to it that I think could work. That I could see... It's trying to make a play listening to this or something.
It's pretty dark.
Yeah. Might be Eminence's darkest song, actually. Maybe other than, Here.
I enjoyed the darkness.
Yeah, they got some, super dark stuff on that EP. But,
yeah.
I'll transition into my opinions, because I don't think the melody is all that great, to be honest. I think it's a little... It's not... Well, the thing for me is it's way too simple. It's just... I guess I was looking for something a little more complex, but it's a numbered song from Eminence, so I don't know. What are you gonna do? But it's not to say I don't like it, because I do. I have it at 12, but it's nothing amazing. It's just it's cool. It's a cool deep house song from Eminence. That's sounds not a lot like their more recent stuff. I know I brought up Now You Know earlier. How do they go from that to this? I don't know. You tell me, because I don't have a clue. But, yeah. I don't really have too much to say about it. It's just kind of it's really minimal, but the bass it's really cool. It's pretty heavy, and I like that. Nice dark vibes. Not bad.
Okay, so... O2O2 is my number 1. And,
interesting.
Okay, so I think it's a minimal song like all the other phone number songs. But this one, in my opinion, it's just really powerful. It's really... It builds up throughout the entire song. And It's probably my favorite phone number song. It's probably my favorite Eminence song.
Oh,
It's
Kermit
really good.
went robot there for a second.
It's okay. I'll be fine on the recording, so
Yeah.
I won't know what we're talking about.
But
right.
yeah,
I'm crazy.
I really really like it. It's different compared to everything else on the album,
Yeah.
which
Oh yeah.
I like. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good.
I was laughing because Sam is not a fan of this song at all, and I don't know. All right, Enderan, you go.
So Eminence generally isn't my favorite artist. I like the one with Danica Nadeau, with Altitude.
Altitude, yeah.
Yep.
I enjoyed
That's a really
that
good
song
one.
for what it was, just like a very chill kind of like believe in yourself kind of piece.
Mhm.
That being said, when this came on the podcast, it was the same kind of oh moment as All Me, except for All Me was happy and this one was disappointed. That being said, it rose from being my least favorite to number 13. I find it very interesting. It's very feely. It's got a good style. It's comparable to Collisions in the way that it was very experimental to put on such to be put on an album that more people than just the label are going to hear.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm proud of them for kind of going out of their way to make something new. And I think that's worth giving them props. So yeah, pretty good song, very interesting, very new, very
Mhm.
different.
Yep. All right, that's O2O2 by Eminence, another quote-unquote phone number song. And we get to end with the aptly named Twilight by Zero Hero, which, if you don't know, is I don't know why you wouldn't know, but it's the duo of Stonebank and Darren Styles. And yeah, you get to start it, Mr. Gabemeister III.
Alright, so
Twilight. I had Twilight at 4, and for how unexpected how unexpected the genre was for this collab, and how I know a lot of people had doubts for it. In my opinion, you can tell that everyone, Stonebank and Darren Styles worked equally on this, because if you compare it to Darren Styles' other stuff, you can hear it has like a melody that he uses a lot. It's just, you can tell he did most of the melody, and then kind of also reminds me of like the drop almost kind of sounds like Stonebank as well. Kind of reminds me of like if you took Never Looking Back and made it like 100 times more calm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear like kind of Who's Got Your Love vibes there as well.
Yeah,
I can
that
see
as well.
that, yeah.
But I think it's a cool collab, especially because Darren Styles. It's weirder when you say Darren Styles feature bass than if you say Stonebank feature
Right.
bass.
Stonebank's done pretty much everything under the EDM umbrella, so
Just about.
Except for Future Bass, ironically.
yeah. I think he's got indie dance
Indie
now, and
dance.
that's it.
Yeah.
He has
Oh
indie
god,
dance?
Stonebank synthwave makes me.
Ooh.
There actually
Outrun.
is a preview out there of a Stonebank Future Bass song with ML. I really like.
I think I remember that too. Yeah.
On
I
his
just
Facebook.
another thing I want to say, Zero Hero in like 2013. I know a lot of people thought that Zero Hero was like a new thing. No, they've been a thing for that long.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually. Didn't know
They
that.
made Electro when they first started the Alias, which is really good. So you should check that out.
That's cool.
It's pretty good.
The more you
Suffocate
know.
in particular
Yeah.
is a really good song. Reminds me of Blast to the Past.
That's not a bad thing to remind you
Yeah.
of.
Mm-hmm.
Good
I
song.
like that song a lot.
Well, I guess I'll go. I'll start by saying this song and my numero uno, Play to Win. When I first saw these two songs on the official track list with all the genres, I was like, no way. Like, I was so hyped, and they both met, like, more than met expectations. So with that being said, I had this song at 5, and even though this is sort of it's nothing groundbreaking, it's very euphoric and happy for me, and
Yeah.
I think it fits the game pretty well. I haven't been saying that for everything, but this definitely fits. This is like one of the ones that fits well, like the best in my opinion.
I'll be honest. Most of the songs we haven't been saying this doesn't or does fit the game. Most of them don't. And we just don't think about it.
Right? Yeah. I've only been saying they do if they do. But
yeah, like stuff like All Me and well, I guess Break Me for me personally, but like Drop It. I don't know if that all those fit. But
yeah, I only say Bone Dry doesn't because that's just like why I don't know why that's here, but
why are you here?
Yeah, Twilight. It's really cool. I like how Stonebank is sort of helping Darren Styles branch out of the UK hardcore scene in a way, because yeah, like what Gabe said. You can definitely hear Darren Styles in the melody there, and then I can't hear, like what Stonebank has done because he just doesn't have an like he doesn't have a style that I can identify, to be honest. He does so much, so I don't know. Yeah, this song is really cool though. I'm so happy that it's way better than bass drop in my opinion. I didn't like bass drop.
Yeah,
come on with the bass drop.
I saw
very underwhelming.
that this was going to be future bass, and I didn't have extremely high expectations. I sort of set the bar a little bit low just because the only thing I've heard from them was bass drop, and I didn't like that much. So when they came out with this, I was like, oh, this is much better than I had hoped for. So I'm totally okay with it, and more than okay with it because I liked it. 5.
Yeah.
I'll go next. This is technically my number 15 just because I copied the numbers I did for my list. If I'm being honest, though, this is probably now my number 10 or something around there.
Ooh.
I probably underranked the hell out of this because I guess as the problem was that I heard this after I'd heard Play to Win and 0202 and Skyforth and All Me and all these phenomenal songs in a row. And then I came to this. I don't want to say I was disappointed by any means because it's really good. I don't know if I like it more than bass drop, just because I like bass drop more than seemingly anyone else in the entire Monstercat community.
Bass drop's a guilty pleasure, kind of.
I really like bass drops.
Oh, I am
I
a
like
minority here. Okay.
Well, yeah. You weren't in the minority in the last podcast, though. So that was me. I was in the minority last time. Now you know how. I guess you knew how I felt with this time in Bollywood stuff.
Oh yeah.
But Twilight is. This might be the song I have the least to say. The vocal chops are cool. That was, I think, an underrated aspect of this. Maybe it could have used a proper vocalist, but I thought it was fine as it was. The main sound, like the main lead of the drop, isn't anything different, too different from feature bass, but the way it's used with this melody, the very glitchy. I don't want to say glitchy melody at all, but like stop-starty.
Stuttery,
yeah, it's pretty cool. And I don't know. I didn't know if I'd like Zero Hero, but when I found out about them and when I found out they were coming to Monstercat. But I personally enjoy both songs, so I'd say it's been a hit so far for me. And I've said my piece on this one. Andrew?
Yeah, cool. I get to close out the song part at least. Zero Hero. I was surprised when I saw them on the album at first. I was like, they're so new. Why are they on here? And I realized it was Stonebank, and I was like, well, yeah, I guess that's kind of get in that way. I'm glad he brought Darren Styles with him. And I saw his future bass, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, both of you are such good, hard dance artists, and you're putting out there this, like, incredibly chill future bass song. And then I heard on the podcast, and I was even more discouraged, which is strange because I ended up kind of liking it in the end. I like the opening with the kind of like pluck. I like the vocal chops. I like the drum switch ups currently throughout it.
I think that might have been Stonebank's part because Stonebank does a lot of that in a lot of his songs.
Yep.
It's just very interesting how they can make such different styles all the time.
Styles.
You know what? Shut up. And they manage to rock them every time.
Darren Styles.
Whoa, what an original joke.
You were the third person to make the joke, Gabe.
Yeah, I had it number 10 just because of how kind of like breakthrough, new. I just thought it was pretty cool for them to try it out, and it worked.
I should say that I don't think the name of the song fits the song.
It does not. I don't get what's up with the name.
It's
I think it's because it's closing out the song I guess the
Yeah.
The
album.
compilation.
Oh, that was the other thing I had to
But-
say with it was on the 5-year anniversary, the final song was Tristram, and that song had like a happy ending that kind of like
Yeah.
made you reflect on the entire album as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And Twilight did the exact same thing. It was like happy, and it
Yeah.
kind of felt like you'd finished a journey when you listened
Right.
to it.
It's got
Yeah.
that feel for sure.
I think I would have preferred something like "Wake Up You're Dreaming" or something, or maybe "Outbreak" as the final track, something like that. But I like this too. I think it fits
Yeah.
well enough.
Rocket is a good intro for sure too.
Oh, definitely.
That
Rocket
fits
is the perfect
perfectly.
intro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the perfect trailer song. It was
Oh yeah.
everything for me. So,
I think Apex would have been the perfect trailer song.
ooh, that would have been good too. But Rocket, the
worked.
fact that it was 100%.
Oh,
Because
yeah, definitely.
I am almost 100% sure Apex was nominated for the game because it was used in a end of year 2015 mix. So,
Oh.
Ooh.
yeah. So I know that's
Wow.
definitely not
Sad
made
I
for
learned that
Rocket
now,
League.
actually.
Concerned Rocket League. I guess Rocket League did exist back then, but it wasn't as big as it is now. So
And there
It's
definitely
really
wasn't the big hype
unpopular.
about like getting Rocket League on here. That was a subreddit driven thing, I believe.
yeah. All right. Well, that's the song portion. I hope you enjoy all of our rankings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hope you agree with at least some of them.
I hope someone actually agrees with my opinion for once.
We'll probably
Yeah.
drop our rankings in the comments and the description and stuff too, just so people.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
if
not?
people
That's
wanna-
that's one thing we
compare
didn't do with
Yeah.
that was it.
Oh well.
Yeah. So
Can
that's
we,
that.
Can we talk about our feelings on the album as a whole? Like
Yeah.
what
Oh,
it represents
let's
and
Yeah.
how you enjoyed it?
That.
Enderan, you can start this one.
Oh boy, because I thought of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, in my opinion, this is an incredible feat. I'm glad that Monstercat has reached out in such a way that allows us to be on a video game now. It was just such a cool and new idea. I can't think of anything comparable to it as long as I've been listening to music, except for some people being movie artists. Like Varian's made music for movies before.
Right.
Right.
Mad Max 2, I believe. Point is, I think this was a good album. We got a lot of good artists, like a lot of old people and new people who could encapsulate all that the label represents in terms of styles, and just it was happy. All the songs were, I think with the exception of 0202 and a couple of others, were happy in their
Collisions definitely.
Yeah.
It was not.
Well, Collisions
But-
kind of had an underlying
I,
happiness for some reason to me.
I
I
can't
guess.
tell when I listen to Bone Dry. I can't tell if it's sad or happy.
It's happy,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
The lyrics are
if the
kind of
style has
like
anything to tell me.
we're down but we're not out. Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
uplifting.
but
Yeah.
I think that we got probably 90% of the perfect artist for this. We could have added a couple more that would have.
Haywire,
gotten-
Muzzy.
Haywire.
I was thinking Haywire, Muzzy, or the Pegboard Nerds. Yeah, I'm okay.
Karma Fields,
Oh yeah, I'm
maybe?
surprised the nerds weren't on here.
Okay, yeah. So Pegboard Nerds are one of my favorite artists, but honestly, I'm amazed that they didn't jump on this for just the publicity that it would have gained them, which
Right.
makes me sound like I'm kind of throwing shade at them, but that's just kind of how you get yourself out there.
Yeah.
And I'm amazed they did, because they have so many songs they could have probably
Yeah.
just
I
put
don't
on
s-
here.
I'm definitely glad some of the smaller artists of Monster,
Yeah.
like Eminence, Trivecta.
Drew.
I wouldn't say
Taker.
Drulu because Drulu is backed by Sound Hello, and Sound Hello is pretty big.
Well, yeah, I suppose. No
Like-
Taker then.
No
Yeah.
Taker, yeah.
Zero
Con-
Hero for sure.
No, I guess not Conroe. Zero Hero, yeah, for them just being new. But yeah.
Yeah, but I guess in the end, just a good concept. I'm glad it came through, and I think it's going to lead to good things in the future for sure.
All right, Gabe.
Alright, so I think this is probably one of the best albums that Monstercat's had
That's
in
very fair.
a long
Mhm.
time. Almost all of the songs were solid, because the only one I didn't like was Call Me. The rest of them were good, if not some of my favorites. Especially, I would qualify Apex as probably one of my favorite songs on the label now, top 100, and that's my number 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, overall, this album is really good. And, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Ethan.
Overall, I'd say the album is one of the best of recent memory. Especially considering my number one is like top few, like top 2 or 3 on the label for me, and but I'd say top 100 wise, I'd say my top 4 or 3 would be up there. Break Me is also one, like, because that was my number 2. I'd say that's also top 20, but the top 2 are like miles ahead of the rest of the album in my opinion. But
Yeah.
there was a lot of songs on here, like I said my bottom 3 were pretty disappointing, but everything from 1 through 5 is something I can really enjoy, and as far as the as far as things fit the game, I'd say like most of them fit, but there were a few. There was a small handful that,
of course,
that I'm like this. I'd rather see this on on volume 2, but like Bone Dry comes to mind.
Yeah, but I don't think Tristan could make anything that would be
Yeah.
like video game
No, you're
material
right.
ever.
You're
So
right.
as long as it's good, I don't really care if it's
True.
meant to be in a game.
Yeah, because I don't have the game currently. I plan on getting it, but because
I don't, but I also don't play games much, honestly.
I just kind of want to
Yeah.
hear these songs while playing. Plus,
Yeah, that'd be
the
an
game
interesting
looks really
experience.
fun, and I've meant to get it for a while. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, this I definitely like the compilation for sure. Overall, it's one of the better ones we've gotten recently. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's weird. This is a bit of a pretty even album to me. Like I'd say the tiers of this song would be top 5 or like some of the best on the label.
Yeah.
6 through 9 are all really enjoyable. 10 through 17 are pretty enjoyable too, just with like very distinct flaws to them. And then Love You Need You is just not I just personally don't like it, but I don't have anything against the actual song itself. And when it comes to albums that I ever like listen through every now and then, usually the ones I prefer to do are the songs that are the albums that are pretty decently good all the way through. Stuff like 017, 025.
I'd say 5-year anniversary is up there for being.
Oh yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah,
very
5-year
few.
anniversary too.
It's kind of hard to rank
Yeah.
that and this too, along with all the other albums, just because of the the different number of songs.
It's so different, yeah.
Yep.
No,
But-
I think you can still rank
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. True.
I said in my description that I like me liking it was actually kind of an unpopular opinion. I don't know if that's still the case because
I don't think so. I think
I'm hearing a
people
lot of
warm up to
people
it.
like it, but there's definitely a few people that think. I guess it depends on how much you like the minimal songs like 0202, Collisions, Apex, Drift Away, that are maybe not totally what the artist is 100% capable of. But if you take the artist's best songs, this would be the best compilation on the entire album.
Yeah, this was a kick-ass artist list.
It was. It's like might be the best, like the most star-studded artist list we've ever had, besides maybe
Yeah.
the 5-year anniversary.
Yeah, 5-year anniversary blows that out of the
But-
water in my opinion.
But this, like, if you just take it for the songs, this is a good compilation. Like, the songs are good, and I will definitely listen to almost every single one of these songs over and over again.
I have them all on my phone, honestly.
Yeah, I have every single one of them on my Spotify playlist, even
Nice.
the Slushy song. So
I actually only have about 5 or 6, but I haven't touched my playlist in a while, so I have yet to add them.
yeah. So that's our overall thoughts. Finally, before we go, we can do a little bit of self-plugging.
This wasn't my idea, actually, so I'm cool with self-plugging.
This is something we do every podcast. So.
Right.
All right, so my album, I mixed every song from Rocket League and Monstercat with a separate Monstercat song that I thought would fit it. A couple of them were more difficult than others, of course. Looking at Collisions, and in its own way, I think Play to Win was a bit difficult. Point is, I'm not going to read off what songs, but I'm going to do like a quick artist rundown of who I'm mixing with who. So, Stonebank and Tokyo Machine is a pair. Tristram and Stephen Walking versus Rogue. Sushi Killer and Kevin Vallejo versus Slushy. That one's on Ethan's channel already.
I wonder what that could be.
That one, yeah.
Yeah. Subtact and Tristram is another pair. Hush and Grant. Muzzy and Faint, I thought was a fitting one. Tut Tut Child and Vice Tone was a cool one. Son Holo and Drulu. Rootkit and
That's
Subtact. Yeah, Grant and Trivecta. Stonebank and World. Pilot and Notaker. Resonate and Conroe was a good one.
Oh.
Summer was fun and Affixa. Puppet and Pierce Fulton versus Ramses B. Grabbits versus Aerocord. Direct and Mr. Fiji Ouija versus Eminence was another good one.
Oh,
Son
shit.
Holo and Zero Hero. And then a bonus track, which consists of Project 46, Laszlo, and Puppet. So I think it'll be something that a lot of people will enjoy. Some tracks are definitely more worked on than others, but I'd say they're all stuff that I still listen to, which is saying something because I've spent too many hours on this to fully listen to them anymore. But
I hope you're not sick of anything by now.
honestly, I was thinking about this last night. It did kind of burn it out for me because I haven't heard these songs on their own, barely any,
Oh, wow.
which makes all that more interesting because the song that I mix it to, I can't stop singing the lyrics. Which is irritating in its own rate, but I'll deal with it. I still love this album. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Rocket League X Monstercat X Enderan Volume 1 is coming soon.
Nice.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, this is volume 1. Does that mean that we're going to do
I was
more
wondering
Rocket
about that.
League?
I highly doubt that. I think it's just so that
okay.
they could categorize
So-
it.
Monstercat made a partnership with Rocket League. It isn't a one-time thing. It's like a full-on partnership.
Oh, wow.
Fucking
That's
what?
why it's labeled Volume 1.
Okay.
No, really?
It's a
Oh,
partnership.
shit.
It's not a...
Partnership.
Dude, I
That's,
think I'm going half chub, dude.
Yeah.
Which means, yeah, there may be more, but that doesn't necessarily confirm there will be more.
Yeah, like, who knows
I hope
if there's
there's
gonna be,
more.
like, another compilation, or if they'll just do, like, songs every now and then. Oh, this song is going to be on
Yeah.
Rocket League. Not...
Bring in
Yeah,
Muzzy,
they may just
Haywire, Pegboy Nerds,
randomly-
and Puppet, please.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. That's good, because that's how most of Rocket League's songs are. Like, there's a Fat Rat song on there.
Is
that's
there?
just kind of a one-off, yeah.
Which one?
I forget. It's, I think it was made for the game.
Is it a new one?
Jackpot, probably, or something like that.
Yeah, it's a new one. It is Infinite Power is the name of it.
Really? That was made for Monstercat. Shit, wait,
For
fuck.
Monster.
Rocket
Yeah, that was
League.
made for Rocket League.
Partnership's
Same thing
already
at this
working.
point.
I'm getting all mixed
Yeah.
up.
Alright.
So,
They could get them on the
alright.
label if they really wanted to, I think.
Yeah.
All right, Gabe, you can plug.
Plug, you plug. All right. Okay, so, I mean, my channel's just lists videos, except a couple of matches from a friend of mine. Affixed. Most of my matches are probably going to end up being on Ethan's channel. Because
Yes.
that's just how I roll.
Ethan, build an empire.
Yes.
Of sound.
My empire will
Yes.
never
Oh,
be as
Jesus.
good as dualities.
No, I think you could. I think you could do it.
But you
I'm
have
sorry, Duality.
me.
Yeah, but
That's
these
better.
Yeah, come on, dude. You kidding me? I'm gonna bring you to number 1.
Oh, Enderan.
I love you.
But
I don't have too much going on in the Fanny channel, so I do have one big mashup that I just finished up and submitted to Duality. So I don't know when that'll be out, but I haven't been on his channel in close to 2 months. So
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
that's
sorry.
what
I just read this on the subreddit, so can I say this? This sounds pretty big to me.
yeah,
Dirty Phonics collab with Riot on July 14th.
Yeah.
I knew that was
seems
coming. I
about
didn't
right.
know when. That's
Oh,
I didn't.
fuck, that
I
sounds
didn't
so
know it was
good.
gonna be Dirty Phonics on. I knew it was Riot on the 14th.
Yeah, I knew about Riot, but-
I
I
also want to point out that Summer's Fun is coming out on the 17th.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
My Deer wasn't my
Those who don't
favorite.
know.
But
there's a
I still
fairly
love
Doomu
Doomu.
this month too.
Yes.
I like
Reach
Doomu.
and Slips and
Yeah.
Slurs, which apparently there's Moonbutt. in
Pegboard
there.
Nerds next week.
Oh man, that's
Yeah,
Extraordinary.
probably extraordinary.
Cool.
I'm fine with that. I like
This
Elizabeth.
is
It was pretty good.
Hopefully, it's shaping up to be a better month than this past month. but-
Yep. Maybe this will be
Yeah.
the May 2017 of Uncaged Volume 2
Yeah.
that saves this.
I just want to say this year as a whole has been really hit or miss for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially this album in particular, probably one of the worst so far in a long time.
What, Volume
because,
2?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Volume 2,
Okay.
because
That's not
there are
saying
two
much,
songs
though, to
that
be
I could
honest.
deem least favorites
Yeah.
that are in this album currently.
Yeah.
So,
Alright.
overall. Also, just another mashup thing. I have something big. Well, not really something big, but I have a lot of stuff in the works with Affixed.
Yeah.
So
That's
That
exciting.
sounds pretty
we'll
good.
see about that.
Probably see that name on my channel too. Soon.
Ooh,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
family members.
Yeah.
Get ready for a double upload today.
Oh man.
Hey guys.
Let's date the recording,
Oh my God.
Dave.
Oh my god.
What?
Now I have to date the recording.
Wow.
You said the word today. You said the T word.
Oh, I
Yeah.
said the T word.
It's July 7th.
Oh, there's still people shooting fireworks here.
Why?
Oh
I
no,
don't
you don't know.
know.
In Georgia, we have a lot of Indians, and Diwali is like a 3-day thing where they just shoot off fireworks
Oh,
every night,
nice.
and you can't sleep because it's in the middle of the semester. It's bullshit.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's exciting
Oh,
if you're
yeah.
Indian.
Well, we spent 2 hours talking about 18
Wait,
songs. Oh,
I
we're not
have
done.
to.
Actually,
I
yeah,
have
we're
to
done.
promote my stuff.
Nope, you have nothing. You have nothing.
Promote.
Okay, so first things first. The day that this podcast goes out, there will be a new episode of Monstercat Talk podcast out on my channel. Andrew told me to say that. Ah, that's your fault.
I was gonna say.
Is
maybe.
Andrew okay?
Alright, so actual stuff for the next week or so. It's mostly gonna be a return to normalcy. I don't know when this is going up, but on the 10th I have planned my first song review for a modern song, being Chardonnay by Conroe. I have a June mix now that Crewcax isn't doing that anymore. I guess the burden is on me. On the 15th, the second Monstercat song tournament will be starting up, now with more than
boy.
7 or 8 good songs.
Right?
The EP rankings will be started back up with Hollow Mind soon enough. And really that's about all that I have planned. I've mostly I don't really. You'd think I would have more ideas now that I haven't been using new ideas, but I haven't been thinking about it, so I don't have that many ideas. So
I know Affixed wanted to do monthly mixes. Not sure how that's gonna go.
if she ever does that, then I will probably stop making them again.
I would love to do that.
Also, next week, I'm starting a series where I review every single remix on the label. So
Oh,
that's
nice.
Oh, great! Another reason to not go to your.
Yeah.
Yep, you know it. Under
Oh, and the last thing
the less
I'll
subs,
say,
the better.
I have a couple collabs planned
Oh,
within the next
wow.
month or so. So I'll keep names out, and I'll keep what the videos will be out, but I'll just say that there are a couple collabs coming.
Cool.
Oh
So-
wow!
Awesome.
Collab week.
Collab week.
All right. I guess that's it for myself promo. So
Alright.
Yeah.
Sorry I
The
tried to end it
officially
before.
This is a
the
good
longest
experience.
plug I've heard.
I'd be happy to come back, honestly.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'd like to
same.
have you guys back.
Well, I
on.
mean, I've already been in one, but it was unintentional, so let's just
Yeah.
leave that out.
Just hit me up any
it's-
fucking time. I'm always free.
Nice.
I'm
I
sorry.
would like
I'm
to
lonely.
say
wish
this
I
felt
was.
like this was such a long podcast, but the last one was 3.5 hours. So
Oh yeah. This one.
I
did
managed
feel
to
long.
not.
This
I
was
managed
just
to
over
not
time.
be interrupted. I'm amazed.
yeah.
Well, I'm the one who usually interrupts.
I just.
Oh no, no, I'm
got-
talking about like in real life.
Oh, I was interrupted. I had to mute for like almost half of what was it? Play to win, I think.
Oh,
no,
well,
because
thank you for
missed
revealing that
the-
behind
you
the
missed
scenes
the
for
circle
it.
jerk.
Yeah, you did.
I heard Ethan like have a stroke on his desk,
Oh yeah.
but then after that, my
Which
mom
one?
just
I
barged
accidentally
in.
muted at that point.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call
that
it a
one.
stroke. I'd just call that like an orgasm.
Yeah.
My mom just
Whatever.
barged in, offering me some bread.
Oh, that's
Is that all you guys have in
Bread.
Nebraska? Is just bread and corn?
Yeah, fucking bread, corn,
Emptiness.
emptiness, loneliness, because there's it's all corn.
Uh,
You have to befriend corn stalks, like make them your pets, like you're dragging
It's
around a
rough,
piece of
man.
corn
It's rough.
on a rope. This is
Alright.
Peter.
All right.
This podcast has devolved into nothing. We should probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Alright,
Wrap it
Yeah.
up.
Thanks for watching. Oh, Ethan, we talked about doing this. I don't know if we want to announce this for sure because I don't know if we're doing it, but we may be doing a little bit of a live podcast for episode 10.
Oh yeah. I don't know how
we
we're
have a
gonna do that.
We have a
Actually-
couple people listening in now in
Yeah.
our personal gaming thing, but like I might do in either my in my Discord or your Discord.
Yeah, we can make a video on it or something and announce it prior to it happening.
It won't be a live stream, but rather it'll be more of like you can sit
audience.
And listen in.
Yeah.
What'll it be on? Like just the week stuff, the month stuff?
Probably volume 2 when it happens. I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Depends
on availability and stuff.
Andrew, don't do it. This is boring as shit. He says.
Oh.
I don't know. It depends on you guys want it or not. It wouldn't be like a.
You know, it's not for everyone, but it's whoever is interested, because we've had
whatever boats your float.
Like 4 other people in here for pretty much the whole thing. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. With that being said, I guess let's get this fucking thing over with.
Yeah.
It's been a good one, boys. It's been a good one.
Wow.
Have a great day. You guys are beautiful.
Have a great day, night, afternoon, whatever the fuck your time zone is. I love you.
Yep.
Thank you, Kermie.
Goodbye.
Yes.
Goodbye. Woo.
Goodbye.